Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Shields, Buffalo Wild Wings, Vibeto Orthodontics, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Bremer Bank, the Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, United Agronomy, Homesteaders, First Western Bank and Trust, Granite Springs, and First International Bank. This presentation on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network is brought to you by IMM, Minot's finest collision center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Shields, Buffalo Wild Wings, Vibeto Orthodontics, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Bremer Bank, the Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, United Agronomy, Homesteaders, First Western Bank and Trust, Granite Springs, and First International Bank. This presentation on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network is brought to you by IMM, Minot's finest collision center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Shields, Buffalo Wild Wings, Vibeto Orthodontics, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Bremer Bank, the Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, United Agronomy, Homesteaders, First Western Bank and Trust, Granite Springs, and First International Bank.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
This broadcast on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network is brought to you by ProStyleProduction.com. It's time for Minot High Magicians Hockey.
Comes down low to the near side. Bennett walks out with it. Bennett centering. Feed fires it. Easton Bennett scores. It's 4-1 Magi on the twisted wrister from Easton Bennett.
The growing tradition of Magi hockey carries on today.
He scores! And it's a hat trick for Hayden Schwartz. Mason Morelli with the backhand, flips the pass to that minor. Here's Martell driving, scores! Martell shoots, and the Magi are on the board with a power play. 40 seconds in OT, a drive coming back to our team, scores! Out of that, Plum gets her out of that, Plum, then he fires, he scores! And that Plum has done it!
With one goal in mind.
Face off, one back to the Knights. Minot High is winning the state title. They have won the state championship.
This presentation on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network is brought to you by IMM, Minot's finest collision center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Shields, Buffalo Wild Wings, Vibeto Orthodontics, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Bremer Bank, the Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, United Agronomy, Homesteaders, First Western Bank and Trust, Granite Springs, and First International Bank.
Point Hyde sends it down. Bennett top shelf backhand. Right where Grandma keeps the cookies. And it's 5-1. Out of Gretzky's office. Bennett feeds Hyde at the line. Near side. Hyde tunes it in. Tipped in front. Vile tucks it home. And it's 5-1. Leanne's handling, whistling, firing into the glove. No, he scored. It's 2-0. Heads, tattoos at home. And the Magicians lead 2-0.
It's time for the Minot High Magician Hockey Planet Pizza pregame show. Planet Pizza, the area's ultimate party location, has been serving the Magic City for over 20 years. Call and order now at 701-852-1700.
Colby Enns will start the rush. Enns has a big hit at center ice. Welcome to senior night. Plenty of noise. Easton Bennett absolutely lights up Ruley. There's the hit of the game, maybe of the week.
Now,
It's been a while since the Minot High Magicians have had success against the Bismarck High Demons. How long, you ask? Well, you have to go all the way back to 2016 and the 21st of January when the Magi derailed Mike Peluso's Bismarck Demons 6-2 on home ice for the season sweep of the Bismarck High Club. Later on that year, they met in the region championship game, and Bismarck High won that hockey game. Since they haven't lost. It's 5 in a row for the Demons, including a win 9 days ago here on the same ice surface here at Wachter Arena, where they won 5-1 to start the 2018 campaign in this matchup and the old school rivalry with Minot High and Bismarck High. Tonight they go at it again at Wachter Arena here in Bismarck, North Dakota, and we are live for the Planet Pizza pregame show. We sure thank you for joining us here tonight. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas. This one should be a fun one, as it always is. I'm Nick Hulberg. I'll have the call for you tonight. Mr. Larry McFall back in the Magic City. So it will be a one-man show tonight here from Wachter Arena in Bismarck, North Dakota. Planet Pizza, the area's ultimate party location, has the largest laser tag playground in the region. They've got free delivery also at 701-852-1700. I highly recommend the Blue Buffalo Pizza at Planet Pizza. The stuff is fantastic. So are the Muellers and everybody at Planet Pizza. We thank them for bringing you the pregame show each and every night. 701-852-1700. Call and order now. Enjoy Planet Pizza's delicious pizza, the best in town, while you listen to tonight's broadcast of Minot High, Bismarck High here from the capital city. Well, the Magicians lost here 5-1. That was the score. It was Dane Sardelli and Caleb Petrie, the ones to watch for in that last matchup here at the Wachter Arena. In that time this year, Dane Sardelli has become one of the state's top performers and a player to watch for tonight. Sardelli currently sitting 5th in all scorers in North Dakota. The senior's got 20 points coming in just 6 games played. That comes to the tune of 9 goals and 11 assists. His line mate Caleb Petrie also in the top 17. Petrie sits at 11 points on the year. Those two are going to look to see if they can propel Bismarck High to another win. They went to Williston after their last matchup with Minot High. They beat the Coyotes 5-0. Minot High also played since the last time these two teams got together 9 days ago. It was a home ice affair against the Jamestown Blue Jays. Minot High was up 2-0 late in the third period. Jamestown came storming back. They tied the hockey game in the late portion of the third period, but Minot High got a power play goal at the end to win the hockey game 3-2. That was the final that night. The Magicians now have a record of 2-3 in the West region. They're 3-3 overall. It's the Bismarck High Demons that are 2-0 in the West and 4-0 overall on the year. Tonight's game does not matter for points. This is a quote-unquote exhibition game, if you will. It's a non-conference matchup against the longtime conference opponent, Minot High and Bismarck High. When we come back, we'll take a look at the state standings. We'll give you some updates from games that have been played around the state. Red River and Central matched up. We're talking about the war machine that is Grand Forks Central. Well, you'll hear how they did against Grand Forks Red River just a few nights ago, and it might shock you. We'll also talk to John Grubb, the co-head coach of the Magi, in the Planet Pizza Coach's Corner. Round 2 between Minot High and Bismarck High. Tonight from the Wachter Arena, we've got it for you on 1390 KRRZ and, of course, at ProStyleProduction.com. Thanks for joining us here tonight. We'll be back with more of the Planet Pizza pregame show in just a moment. This is Minot High Magicians Hockey.
This presentation on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network is brought to you by IMM, Minot's finest collision center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Shields, Buffalo Wild Wings, Vibeto Orthodontics, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Bremer Bank, the Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, United Agronomy, Homesteaders, First Western Bank and Trust, Granite Springs, and First International Bank.
Throughout the areas we serve, First International Bank and Trust employees are actively involved in helping our customers and communities grow. This is Kevin Vigestad from First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Whether it's coaching a Little League team, leading through involvement with nonprofit organizations, or a proud Beaver booster, know that all of us at First International Bank and Trust are committed to giving back to the places where we live and work.
Hi, my name is Marshall Kanab. I'm the manager of the UPS store here in Minot. It's time to make sure your holiday gifts arrive on time and unbroken. It's why at the UPS store we offer our pack and ship guarantee. We can pack, ship, insure your item, and get it there on time. 100% guaranteed. If anything were to happen, you're covered, and so is your package. So ship away for the holiday. For the finest in packing and shipping, the UPS store. We're at 1940 South Broadway or online at theupsstore.com.
ProStyleProduction.com.
Hello, I'm Steve Funningsland, consumer lender at First Western Bank and Trust and sports enthusiast. Employees at First Western know the importance of teamwork in their day-to-day banking duties to best serve the community. I know the Minot and surrounding area high school and college athletic teams know the importance of teamwork as well. We want to wish all local teams good luck in their athletic endeavors this year. Stay safe on the courts, on the fields, on the rinks, and in the gyms. We look forward to watching you succeed. With familiar faces you know, who know you by name, First Western Bank and Trust, you can bank on us, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Planet Pizza. Systems go for lunch. Frequent supper times up front. T-minus now, it's time for Planet Pizza. With lots of space for fun. There's room for everyone. From me and Arian to Planet Pizza.
Let's go to the ice with the voice of the Magi. Here's Nick Hulberg.
Planet Pizza pregame show for this West Region affair. The old school rivalry, Minot High and Bismarck High. Round number 2 tonight from Walker Arena here in Bismarck, North Dakota. Merry Christmas, and thanks again for joining us here tonight. Planet Pizza, the area's ultimate party location. 1-852-1700. We sure appreciate them. If you don't call for delivery tonight, check out their lunch buffet tomorrow, each and every weekday from 11 to 2 at Planet Pizza. Well, Minot High comes into tonight's game sitting on a 3-3 overall record. The Demons are 4-0 here in 2018-2019. We already mentioned that Minot High's 2-3 in the West, and the Demons are perfect at 2-0. This game is not for points here tonight. So those overall records will change. The West Region records will not after tonight's contest comes to a close. Inside the West Region standings, it's Bismarck Century that currently holds the top mark. They're 4-0 inside of region play. They're also 7-0 overall. I had a typo on my sheet here. I apologize. Bismarck High is actually 4-0 in West Region play also, and 6-0 overall on the year. So Century number 1, Bismarck High number 2. The Dickinson Midgets currently sit in third in the West standings. They're 4-2 on the year. They've got 12 points, 6-2 overall for Dallas Kuntz's club down in Dickinson. Mandan currently the number 4 team in the region. They're 2-4 in region play, 3-4 overall. The Magi find themselves in an unfamiliar spot on the rankings, standings, and charts. They're currently 5th. Minot High 2-3 in the West, 3-3 overall. They're in front of Jamestown, who's 1-3-1, currently sitting 6th. Bottineau Rugby 7th on the standings chart at 1-2. Williston 0-4 inside of conference play. They're in 8th, and Hayes and Beulah not playing for points here in 2018-2019. They sit in the 9th spot. Over on the east side of the state, as promised, talking about the war machine that is Grand Forks Central. How good is Central? Well, they're the number 1 team inside of North Dakota high school hockey. They're currently at the top of the standings over on the east side of the state. 15 points for them. They're undefeated and 6-0. They're 5-0 inside of conference play. They're ahead of Red River by 3 points in the standings. Red River and Central matched up earlier on this week. And it was Grand Forks Central. It was actually on Saturday. It was Grand Forks Central that took it to Red River. 8-1 was the final. And Grand Forks Central's had some question marks of, is this maybe one of the better teams that has ever come through North Dakota high school hockey? Well, if they're taking it to Red River 8-1 in conference play, you know that Grant Paranika's team must be good. Again, Central number 1 over East. Red River number 2. West Fargo currently sits in the 3rd spot. They're 4-1, 4-3 overall. Fargo Davies currently holds down the 4th position. Fargo South Shanley number 5. Devils Lake is 2-2. They're in 6th. Grafton Park Rivers 1-5, and the Spoilers not having their best year on record. They currently sit 7th, Fargo North 8th, West Fargo Cheyenne 9th, and Mayville Portland rounds out the 10 that are on the east side of the state. Again, Mayville Portland not playing for points here in 2018-2019. They will play in the EDC tournament. However, Mayville Portland has a few players that are at the top of the list for scorers inside of North Dakota. Reese Groth, 31 points coming in 9 games played. And Sam Satrub from Mayville Portland has 27 points coming in 9 games played. Those two players definitely combining for some high points here in 2018-2019. They sit 1 and 2. Keep in mind, here's where the conversation is brought up and where the real debate happens, and that's that Mayville Portland's schedule is certainly not as stiff as some of the other schedules over on the east side of the state, just due to the fact that they're playing a JV schedule basically and playing some junior gold teams as well. But nevertheless, a couple players over there that certainly deserve some credit. 31 points in 9 games for Reese Groth, who leads the state from the Ice Dogs from Mayville Portland, certainly worthy of some praise. Lucas Canta from Grand Forks Central, 22 points for him in 6 games. That's 6 goals and 16 assists. His line mate Cole Hansen dominating North Dakota right now. 15 goals, 6 assists for 21 points. You get to number 5 on the list, and you'll see Dane Sardelli from Bismarck High, who we'll see tonight. The big 6'5" senior has 20 points on the year. 9 goals, 11 assists for Sardelli coming in 6 games played. This is a next-level guy, and it's almost a surprise he's not at the next level already due to just the size and the stature, the poise on the ice. Look for him tonight to be shut down by the Magi if they want a chance to win this here tonight. Nick Brown from Bismarck Century, 19 points for him on the year, currently sitting in 6th in scoring. Sawyer Satcham from Mayville Portland, 7th. You got to go all the way down to 16th on the list to find Caleb Petrie from Bismarck High with 11 points. That's the next player of notice here tonight in this contest. Minot High without anybody in the top 20 on the list so far here in 2018-2019. Peyton Fillion, 6 points, leads the way for the Magi. He's got 1 goal and 5 assists. Aiden Morelli, 5 points for him coming into tonight's game. The sophomore's got 4 goals and 1 assist on the year. Mason Deal, the senior captain, 4 points for him, 1 and 3. 1 goal, 3 assists. Nick Murphy, 3 points on the year for the junior, and Kyler Stenberg, one of the other captains up front, sitting on 2 points on the season. Again, the Demons, led by Dane Sardelli, 20 points on the year, 9 goals, 11 assists. He's been in the box twice for 4 penalty minutes. Caleb Petrie with the 11 points, as we mentioned, good enough for 16th in the state in scoring. Caleb Moore, the freshman defenseman, has 5 points on the year, 4 points for Isaac Olheiser, and Caden Schweer has 3 on the season. So after Sardelli, it really falls off a table, 20 points down to 11, but you certainly have to key in on players like that in these matchups inside of West Region play. Goaltender numbers coming into tonight's contest. Minot High goaltending situation tonight. They start Trey Sortland, the sophomore, comes into tonight's game 3-0 in his varsity career at Minot High School. He's got 1 goal against average and a .948 save percentage. He's seen 58 shots on net. He stopped all but 3 of them. Not sure who Bismarck High is going with yet. We'll get those numbers for Bismarck High. However, Quinn Ackerman, 4 games played. He's 4-0 with a .75 goals against average and a .959 save percentage. Stellar numbers for the sophomore net keeper from Bismarck High. Logan Hendrickson, 2 games played. He's got an .875 save percentage and a 2.5 here in his sophomore campaign. Odie Nelson, who gets the backup job tonight, the senior, 3 games playing for him. He's given up 13 goals on the season, 4.3 goals against average, and an .838 save percentage. 0-3 here in his senior campaign. Planet Pizza pregame show rolls on. Next, we'll hear from Minot High co-head coach John Grubb. He'll give us the rundown heading into tonight's contest, and after the win against Jamestown, a bit more of a smile on Coach Grubb's face. We'll hear from the coach when we return. Minot High, Bismarck High in the West Region affair tonight. It's not for points, but it's certainly going to raise somebody's Christmas spirits heading into the break. This is Minot High Magicians Hockey.
Systems go for lunch. Frequent supper times up front. 2 T-minus now. It's time for Planet Pizza. With lots of space for fun. There's room for everyone. From me and Marianne to Planet Pizza. Space for fun. Planet Pizza. Planet
Planet Pizza pregame Coach's Corner. Get your game plan for laser tag in the largest laser tag playground in the region. Did we mention the cheesy, delicious, mouth-watering first bite of a Planet Pizza pizza? Now, here's the matchup's insight with the Planet Pizza Coach's Corner.
Welcome back to the Planet Pizza pregame show for the Planet Pizza Coach's Corner. We're now joined by the Minot High co-head coach, Mr. John Grubb. And first of all, as always, thanks for a little time. Happy holidays here today.
Yeah, same to you. Happy to have you down here doing the game tonight.
Should be a fun one. Minot High, Bismarck High is always a good matchup. And the last time that the Magicians and the High Demons got together, it was Bismarck High that picked up their 5th straight win against Minot High. What do you guys look for tonight to try to stop that streak, if you will, and just end the first half of the year, if you will, before Christmas break on a good note?
I think, we took some positives away from when we played down here last time. We played an excellent second period, and I think the kids had a little bit of realization of what they can do if they forecheck and they play the right way and they keep pucks down low. And we're hoping to build off of that, and try to get 3 periods of that tonight and then see where we're at. They have an excellent top line, does most of the damage for them, so we're going to have to try to keep them in check to give us ourselves a chance to win.
I always kind of think that if you've got an older team that shows a glimmer of hope and some good periods, maybe 1 of the 3 a night, it's kind of more frustrating than anything. But when you guys are this young and have so many young guys with only a handful of seniors, it has to give you guys a glimmer of hope of what is to come from this group, maybe even down the road in a year or 2 as well.
It does. It gives us some perspective. I think kind of looking back, I've looked back several years from the times I played and before I played, and all the times I've been coaching here the last 7-8 years, and this is definitely maybe the youngest Minot High roster that there's been. I know Coach Willard had a really young roster also when they were 10th graders, and they ended up being a pretty excellent hockey team. And I think we're just real young like that, and we just got to continue to trust where we're going with things, and they're working hard at it in practice. And as long as they're doing that, we're going to keep getting better.
Well, a young hockey team of yours got a win in the last time they were on the ice against the Jamestown Blue Jays, and a resilient win maybe wouldn't be the way to say it. You guys were up 2-0, and Jamestown scored late in the game. You guys found a way to score on the power play, and you guys get the win 3-2. Your thoughts on that hockey game overall, and your thoughts and your big takeaway from it?
It was a wild, uncomfortable one. We kind of really took play to them for quite some time in that hockey game, but we just couldn't put them away. And that's a learning lesson with the young group too. You have to finish a game, even if the game ended 2-0. We needed to not give up anything, be smarter, with some of our reads in the third and our positioning. And we didn't, and we gave up a little damage, but they found a way to win at the end. So it's always good to finish it on that note.
You guys had a couple players suspended in the last game down here against Bismarck High, and I talked to Coach Willard about it after the game. And not to bring up sour grapes, but in my mind it was almost a positive to see a kid like Riley Oprud and Hunter Cope sticking up for a team captain like Kyler Stenberg, who was railed from behind there. What's your takeaway in the high school game, John? I know you've played at high levels before, and it's a part of the game where you take care of your captain and take care of your teammates, but at the high school level, how do you walk that line? What do you tell kids like that after a situation like that?
It is, and I think they were defending themselves to start, and they were kind of standing up for a teammate, and it went too far and crossed the line. They have to figure out where that line is and when it needs to stop, and you really can't throw a punch, but I'm happy they came in for them, and it showed that they were together as a group, across several different classes of kids on that team, first year together. So we were proud of them. They stood up for each other, but we don't want to go any other games with not having those kids in the lineup.
One of those kids, Riley Oprud, man, in my mind, when you go down the list of the check marks and the check boxes, he's just about got all of them in my mind. Your thoughts on this young defenseman back there and his future, maybe even beyond high school hockey?
Yeah, the defense is the toughest probably position to move up into, as that and goaltending. He's got incredible plays for a young kid, and he's going to make some plays that aren't the right play, and he'll learn from them, but you definitely don't want to take away his creativity and his ability to change games, and I think you're going to see that as he goes through his career, that he's got an opportunity to do that.
Looking down the roster at the scoring for the Magi, nobody really out front and taking the reins by any means. 6 points for Peyton Fillion. He leads at 5 for Aiden Morelli. When you talk about a team like Bismarck High that's got Dane Sardelli with 20 this early on in the season, what does it tell you about your hockey team, though, knowing that there's some distribution across the score sheet, knowing that, man, again, you've got 3 or 4 lines on any given night that can probably surprise some teams and maybe some line combinations that might play into your favor with something like this?
Well, and that's what it's going to have to be. It's going to have to be by committee. We're not going to have any kids this year that are going to be in that 60-point type players. Like, Bismarck probably has 2 of them. They're going to end up around there, and we don't have that this year. So it's going to have to be by group. And I think we're starting to find some pairs that work good together, and now just kind of finding which kid gets plugged in on that line to work with that group, and then hopefully build some chemistry over the next couple of weeks.
Kid that probably has to have the biggest night, the biggest game of his career in my mind, or kind of a stepping stone for him, is Trey Sortland, the goaltender that's a sophomore that gets the call tonight. The only reason I say that, the competition of Bismarck High, Minot High, maybe the stiffest he's seen so far this year. What do you expect out of the sophomore goaltender tonight? And do you tell the goalies anything to calm those nerves before the game?
Not really. We just want him to come out and compete. And, it's his first crack at it, and he should enjoy it. And, have some fun and compete and be the player you are. And we'll see how it goes.
Dane Sardelli, 20 points. I mentioned him. Caleb Petrie, 11 points for him. Those 2 guys up front for the Bismarck High Demons with a few guys on the back end are also pretty good. But do you key in on a guy like Dane Sardelli in the high school game to try to shut him down tonight? He's just such a force out there.
Well, we're gonna play our forward line with 3 seniors and Hunter Cope and Mason Deal and Kyler Stenberg against them tonight and say, hey, this is, go toe to toe with them, be physical with them. Be good defensively, play your position, and, see if we can slow that group down a little bit. And then hopefully, the Fillion line and the Murphy line can, find a way to score some goals tonight.
It's interesting looking at Bismarck High's club 4-0 on the year, and they're without the player that had the second most points for him last year, Joey Heinert. For you guys, when you're in a matchup like this, that Bismarck High is only going to get better throughout the year, how big is a game like tonight for you guys? I know it's early in the season, but you put much stake into it?
I don't put a lot of stake into it, but I do put stake in that we need to show progress tonight. We showed some progress in the Jamestown game. First period was one of the best periods we played, but we need to, come down here tonight and not just walk away saying, hey guys, we had one good period. Way to go. We need some results, and hopefully we get a good effort out of them tonight, whichever way it ends up. But we just want to see them compete and show that we've gotten better in practice over the last week and a half.
Final thing I have for you, only a few days away from Christmas. What's on the Christmas list this year? Do you think there's going to be a bunch of fishing gifts in the old stocking?
Hopefully my brother's got a bunch of jig wraps for me in the stocking, but we'll see. Not much, just kind of a quiet Christmas, hang out with the family. Don't get to see them a lot during the hockey season, so it'd be nice just to relax a little bit before we head off to Roseau.
Sure, appreciate your time as always. Best of luck tonight and happy holidays to you and your family.
Same to you, Nick. Thank you.
That's John Grubb, co-head coach of the Minot High Magicians in the Planet Pizza pregame show, Coach's Corner. When we come back, we'll get ready to face it off. The Magi and Demons, round 2 of the 2018-2019 season is next.
This presentation on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network is brought to you by IMM, Minot's finest collision center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Shields, Buffalo Wild Wings, Vibeto Orthodontics, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Bremer Bank, the Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, United Agronomy, Homesteaders, First Western Bank and Trust, Granite Springs, and First International Bank.
Throughout the areas we serve, First International Bank and Trust employees are actively involved in helping our customers and communities grow. This is Kevin Vigestad from First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Whether it's coaching a Little League team, leading through involvement with nonprofit organizations, or a proud Beaver booster, know that all of us at First International Bank and Trust are committed to giving back to the places where we live and work.
Supper time's up front, T-minus now, it's time for Planet Pizza. With lots of space for fun, there's room for everyone. From me and area to Planet Pizza. Space for fun. Planet Pizza.
My name is Marshall Knop. I'm the manager of the UPS store here in Minot. It's time to make sure your holiday gifts arrive on time and unbroken. It's why at the UPS store we offer our pack and ship guarantee. We can pack, ship, insure your item, and get it there on time. 100% guaranteed. If anything were to happen, you're covered, and so is your package. So ship away for the holiday. For the finest in packing and shipping, the UPS store. We're at 1940 South Broadway or online at theupsstore.com.
ProStyleProduction.com.
I'm Steve Funningsland, consumer lender at First Western Bank and Trust and sports enthusiast. Employees at First Western know the importance of teamwork in their day-to-day banking duties to best serve the community. I know the Minot and surrounding area high school and college athletic teams know the importance of teamwork as well. We want to wish all local teams good luck in their athletic endeavors this year. Stay safe on the courts, on the fields, on the rinks, and in the gyms. We look forward to watching you succeed. With familiar faces you know, who know you by name, First Western Bank and Trust, you can bank on us, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
This presentation on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network is brought to you by IMM, Minot's finest collision center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Shields, Buffalo Wild Wings, Vibeto Orthodontics, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Bremer Bank, the Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, United Agronomy, Homesteaders, First Western Bank and Trust, Granite Springs, and First International Bank.
Systems go for lunch when supper time's up front. T-minus now, it's time for Planet Pizza. With lots of space for fun, there's room for everyone. From me and Marianne to Planet Pizza. Space for fun. Planet Pizza. Planet Pizza.
Throughout the areas we serve, First International Bank and Trust employees are actively involved in helping our customers and communities grow. This is Kevin Vigestad from First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Whether it's coaching a Little League team, leading through involvement with nonprofit organizations, or a proud Beaver booster, know that all of us at First International Bank and Trust are committed to giving back to the places where we live and work.
God bless our servicemen and women. God bless our veterans. God bless America. It's a Thursday night affair to end the first half of the season before the Christmas break. And it's Minot High, Bismarck High live at the Wachter Arena here in Bismarck, North Dakota. That will put a cap on the Planet Pizza pregame show. Planet Pizza, the area's ultimate party location for school parties, team parties, birthday parties, and so much more. They truly are out of this world. Planet Pizza has a lunch buffet tomorrow, 11 to 2, tomorrow afternoon, each and every weekday. It can also be reached tonight for free delivery, 701-852-1700. Well, 9 days ago, it was Minot High that fell to the Demons on this same ice surface. Score was 5-1. Tonight, they've got another whack at it for round number 2. The Demons will be in their home white uniforms with maroon helmets, pants, and gloves. Those maroon pants have 2 white stripes down each thigh. Minot High is in their road maroons tonight. Maroon helmets, pants, and gloves. Minot High trimmed down in the Vegas gold with the big M across the chest. Bismarck High's got the old school emblem with the B with the flame on it as the Crest. Dane Sardelli starting on the left wing, takes it off the draw, dumps it into the offensive zone as Deeks fires from the line. It almost got to Trey Sortland, but it was turned aside, and now the Magi try to clear it, but it's back at the point. Now the Magi and Deal clearing out to center, and it's going to come back into Demon territory, where Cade Sullivan went across ice up to Petrie into the Magi zone, and back on the retrieve is Riley Opperud. Opperud behind the net, left side of the radio dial, tried to clear it out of the zone. It's pinned in there by Petrie, the captain of the Demons, on the near side wall. Then Stenberg had it. He wrapped it around the far side boards. Puck will go up and out of play, and we'll have a stop in play 40 seconds into this contest here tonight. This game not for West Region points. Will count against the standings, just now to the WDA standings. Minot High went with goaltender Trey Sortland, perfect in his sophomore campaign at 3-0, 1 goal against average and a .948 save percentage. He goes up tonight against Quinn Ackerman, also perfect in his sophomore campaign, .75 goals against average. How do you like these Larry McFall numbers? 96% save percentage for Ackerman of the Demons. 1 minute into the contest tonight with the Magicians trying to clear their zone. They bounce it up through center. Stenberg has had his stick whacked out of his hands. It went about 10 feet in the air. He caught it. And now the Demons are going to push back out to neutral, where it's taken by Riley Opperud at center, and he dumps it in for the first time of the night. Ackerman out of the net to play it. Left it in behind the goal stripe, but now the Magicians and Morelli are on the prowl, but it's taken here by the Demons and worked away on the near side by Caleb Moore, trying to clear the zone on the right side of the radio dial. Out to center ice it came, and then it's sent right back in there by Thongfet. Handling now are the Demons in their own territory. Right back at the center ice stripe. It's taken here by Fillion. Backhand pass to Morelli, too far in front of him. Spinning with it in his own zone is Olhauser. And Olhauser will start the rush from the far side to the near side of the ice surface and dump it off the center ice boards and into Magi territory. Demons went for a change, so that created some real estate for Hertz. He moved it ahead forward to neutral, but it's dumped back in by Jack Steckler. 2 minutes into the contest, scoreless hockey game tonight from Bismarck as the Demons handle at the line again. Shot comes in from the line. That one from Paul Witzke. It went wide on the wrister attempt, and now it's pinned up on the far side top of the circle. D-zone for the Magi. Nick Murphy there trying to retrieve for the Magicians. Moves it back away to Jack Plemmel, and Plemmel tries to clear the zone, but with the retrieve at center, this is Bracton Neese. And back on the retrieve, and the forecheck for the Magicians was Plemmel, who worked it into the offensive territory, but right back out to center and into Minot High's end again. Here come the Demons with Furman. Chase Furman from behind the net, ridden off there by Hertz. Pinned him up against the end wall, and Furman's going to go after it again in the far corner, but it's Thongfet that moves it away up the far side wall, back at center, dumped right back in. High tempo to the hockey game early on tonight. We're 2 minutes 45 seconds in. Neither team on the board. Neither team has registered a shot on goal, I don't believe yet either at this point in the hockey game. To center, Caden Schweer trying to get a handle on it, but it's taken there and dumped right back into the zone by Jacob Tice in behind Ackerman. Freed some room on the far side for Witzke. And Paul Witzke went to center, and then it's dumped in by the Demons in behind Sortland. Sortland on the blocker side. Crouched down, awaiting the attack from the Demons as it's pinned up on the near side wall. Dumped back in behind the Magi net. Now the retrieve behind the cage for Minot High. And trying to work it away on the far side wall with the help of Stenberg. On the far side boards is Matt Marcus. Handled down by Stenberg with a backhand. Brought it back to the near side wing. Up to Jake Tice trying to clear the zone for the Magi is Hunter Culp. He served the 1-game suspension for the quote-unquote brawl that we saw right in front of us at center ice 9 days ago. 4 players in total served suspensions in the affair at the end of the second period. Everybody back in the lineup here tonight. Puck dumped back down to the corner of the blocker side of Sortland. Demons went for a change, and now the Magi have room with Marcus up to center. Clears it ahead. Cope hit from behind, and the Magi will find themselves on the power play for the first time of the night. Hunter Cope took an interference. He went to the ice, and the Magicians bring the power play out for the first time here tonight. Into the box on the interference call will go 26 for the Demons. That's Caden Sullivan. 12:54 to play here in the first period. Still a scoreless hockey game. The Magi power play enters the ice surface of the game for the first time with Aiden Morelli on the right wing. It's Philly in the centerman. Feld's the right winger, the left winger, At the point, you've got Operud and Nick Murphy. Magi working around, far side at the point, center slot. Operud from the line, whistled one in. And Ackerman held tight to it. Well, the Magician power play went 0 for 16. And that streak finally crushed down here in Bismarck when they got a power play goal in the 5-1 defeat 9 days ago. They got the game winner on the power play against the Jamestown Blue Jays on Saturday afternoon at the Mesa Arena. Fillion back in behind the net. Right side of the radio dial from behind the goal line. Back to the point. Operud back to Fillion. Top of the circle. Blocker side. A shot comes in. And a stick save from Ackerman. It's back in the corner for Feld near wing. Magi work it with Murphy. Back to the point. Operud handling. He'll just shuffle it down to the hash marks on the near side boards. And it's taken by Feld again. He tries to work it back to Murphy. Now Feld back behind the net. In behind the cage. Blocker side he goes. Back to Fillion. Top of the circle. Back. Fillion handles again, near side, top of the circle. Murphy over to Operud. Bouncing puck, center slot, taken by Sardelli. He's going to try to clear it. And here's Big Dane Sardelli, shorthanded, moves it out to center. 1 minute into the Magi power play. Sardelli, fancy move, he's in. Oh, what a bad save. Sortland robbed Sardelli, now another. And the Magi goaltender bails him out big. Well, we talk about Dane Sardelli, 20 points on the year coming into tonight's hockey game. And he is a force no matter what the situation on the ice is. Shorthanded Sardelli took it down. Sortland robbed him with the left pad. He kicked it out. Sardelli got the rebound, fired it on. Sortland gobbled it with the chest and hung tight to it. Huge save from the sophomore for the Magi. To center ice it comes. Stenberg's in with the top of the circle glove side. Takes it down below the bottom of the dot, works it away to the near side wall for Deal. Up to the point, sent in from Bone Break. He got the start tonight with Operud at the blue line. It's Plemmel on the far wing, back over bottom of the circle. Up to Deal, worked it to the point again. Jack Plemmel worked it down, but the Demons take it away and they work out to center, but it's Bone Break there to take it back away. Minot High looks to go 0 for 1 here on the power play. 10 seconds remaining on the man advantage in the scoreless affair early in the contest. Here tonight, Stenberg, bottom of the circle, works it down underneath the goal line, glove side, work back away here now to Deal. A Deal out of the corner, works it back up to Bone Break. Bouncing puck wasn't able to be wrangled by Ben Bone Break, and he works it back into his own territory where Operud switches positions with him. Works it from the near side of the ice all the way down. Will it be an icing? They say no. Puck's back in behind the Demon net. Deeks on the retrieve, high up off the glass. Emden at the line there by Hertz. It comes back to Thongfett, and Thongfett works it back up here to the near side wing where Stenberg dumps it down the Magi chase. Down to the near corner, 10:20 to play in the first period. Minot High, Bismarck High deadlocked at Goose Eggs right where we started. Minot High's power play 0 for 1 tonight. Each goaltender making some big saves. The biggest so far is the pad save that Sortland delivered on the attempt from Dane Sardelli, looking for .21 on the year. It's only game number 7, by the way. That's good enough for 5th in the state in scoring. Slap shot from the line. Stick save, Sortland. Puck back behind the net. Thongfett works it up the near side wall. He delivers it all the way down. Will this be an icing? The officials say no. So we play on. 9:44 to play in the first period. Still scoreless. Demons with the puck back behind their own end. Korsmo to center ice. Pushed across for Gavin McIntyre. Comes back away at the blue line for Korsmo. He dumps it back in behind Sortland. Nice crowd on hand tonight here at the Wachter Arena. The seats aren't quite at capacity. You'd probably say 75% full from my view. Puck handled here by the Demons back to their own territory across to Dayton Deeks in front of the Demon bench. Worked ahead forward, went off the tape there. McIntyre back in behind Sortland. And McIntyre's got it for Bismarck High. He sets up shop with 9:10 to play in the first. Back across. One-timer came there for Sullivan. He fanned it. It comes down to the near side corner blocker side of Sortland. Back in behind the Magi net. Korsmo looking for the outlet, but it's Hertz taking it from him. Now Peyton Fillion, the team's point leader. Away to the near side wing. He had his pocket picked, and it goes back to Hertz on the far wall. And Hertz underneath the goal line, scrumming down low with Sean Korsmo. Fillion there to help out. Now the Magi and Feld try to push to center. They do, but the puck is picked right back up by Caden Sullivan, who works it back ahead to Korsmo. He dumps it down. Sardelli's on the attack near corner, and Dane Sardelli's got it in Gretzky's office underneath the net. Blocker side back to the point. Sardelli sent it up to the line where it was wristed in by Sullivan. Magi trying to clear the zone. Hertz gets into Sardelli. It's picked up behind the Magi net by Fillion. And here's Peyton Fillion high off the glass to center. Feld waits for it. Gets it at the blue line, but he couldn't handle it. The Demons are right back in over the Magi stripe. Sardelli fires in into the catching mitt. I don't think Sortland saw it, but he says, look what I found, and he hangs tight to it. 8 minutes, 8 seconds to play in the first period, and Trey Sortland putting in a good effort so far tonight. The sophomore net keeper trying to hang on to those fantastic numbers. 1 goal against average and a .948 save percentage. He looks sharp as a tack here tonight. Off the draw, the Demons win it with Winsky back at the line. Saves Sortland with the stick, goes into the blocker side corner. Then Sardelli whistles one towards the net, went wide there. Deal bumps it off the boards, and it goes all the way out to center, down into Demon territory. And on the forecheck, it's Hunter Cope causing trouble for Petrie on the far wall. Delayed call coming here on the Magi. The Demons are going to find themselves on the power play. Their net is empty until the Magi touch, which they do now. And that's going to be a slashing call, I believe, on Hunter Cope. Well, the Demon power play gets to come on for the first time tonight. We'll see what Mike Peluso's club can do with the man advantage. Demons are having a good year, 6-0 overall. They're undefeated. They've beaten West Fargo, Fargo North, Mandan, Jamestown. They beat the Magi, and they beat Williston. In those 6 games this year, it's the Bismarck High Demons that have outscored their opposition 33-8. They've added another one. A shot from the line from Deeks was tipped in front of Sortland. It goes into the back of the net. And a power play goal 8 seconds into the man advantage has the Demons on the board first tonight. Tipped in front, I believe it was Braxton Neese. From Deeks at the line, we'll listen in to Dan Durkee for the official call. 7:32, time of the goal remaining on the clock here in period 1. Off the draw, the Demons have it. Let's listen in to Dan Durkee.
Number 21, Braxton Neese.
It was Neese. Deeks on the assist. Sullivan also gets the assist. Deeks and Sullivan to Braxton Neese, and it's a power play tally. The Demons strike first tonight. Puck down to the near side corner, offensive zone for the Magi. They're trying to clear with Marcus away over to Nick Murphy, and Murphy works it up the wall. Doesn't escape the zone. It's hemmed in by Deeks, and now here's Wachter down to the corner, offensive zone for the Demons. Wachter back in behind the net, blocker side. He comes from the glove side. Wachter looking for the outlet, calling for it at the line, and receiving is Sullivan. Down at center, here's Hillman. He's back in with Plemmel, sends it across. Plemmel couldn't wrangle the pass, and it's down underneath the goal line where Plemmel works it to the top of the circle up to Philly, and center slot tried to pass it in front there to Marcus, so the puck is taken by the Demons back to center. In with it comes Furman. He fires one on. The blocker save was made there from the goaltender Sortland. 1-0 Bismarck High, 6:18 to play in the first period. Power play goal from Braxton Neese. Doesn't have many on the year. That's only his 3rd point. They all have come in the form of goals. A big one, however, here in this affair tonight with Minot High, Bismarck High. Again, this one not for points in the West Region standings, just overall records. And center ice moved ahead forward by Feld into the offensive territory, but it was Caleb Moore that worked it back into the Magi zone, where Fillion starts the rush with a head of steam, but it's taken by the Demons, and they work it right back out to center. Ping pong match back into Minot High's D zone, where Ben Bonebreak's on the retrieve, went to his partner Opperud, then Bonebreak around to Morelli, trying to clear the zone. Drive from the line that is hammered in by the Demon D-man, but it's nowhere to be found for Bismarck High's offensive attack, so the Magi push right back to center. Far wall it goes right in front of the penalty box doors. It's taken by the Demons, and they dump it right back down into Magi territory. Korsmo underneath the goal line. Handled there to McIntyre. At the half boards, Opperud in there scrumming for it with the help of Stenberg. The shot comes in, and the stop is made from Sortland. He went down into the butterfly, corralled the rebound, and he hangs tight to it. 5 minutes, 9 seconds to play in the opening frame here tonight from Bismarck. The Demons lead 1-0 on Braxton Neese's 3rd of the year. That was a power play goal. 7:32 remained on the clock at the time of the tally. At the line, a shot comes in. That was whistled in again from the blue line. Stick save from Sortland, and the Magi dump it all the way down back in front of Ackerman. On the retrieve handling here for the Demons, working it out to center ice. That was Steckler. The Magi get it and dump it right back in. Ackerman made the stick save. Puck went to the corner, but an offsides will be called. No, it's going to be a roughing. Who's this going to be on? I see the call with the arm in the air from the official tonight. And Dane Sardelli's in the box for a 2-minute rough, so the Magi go back to the power play, and that's just what the doctor ordered. Dane Sardelli in the sin bin for the next 2 minutes, and the Magi power play comes out for their second man advantage of the night. They go with Fillion up front, Feld on the right side. You've got Morelli on the left side of the center, slot faceoff on the right dot. Nick Murphy's at the point. He handles here. He looks over to Opru, but Murphy just takes it and drops it down. Back to Feld. Centering feed. Went through the slot and back away to Fillion. Stick handling worked it ahead. Look out. Petrie got a stick on it out to play to Sortland, and Sortland comes all the way out to the top of the circle, and he launches that one the length of the ice. And it will be an icing, but the Magi will take it in a hairy situation, shorthanded for the Demons on the rush. Minot High's power play, a minute 43 remaining. 4:33 left to go here in the first period. Minot High's played 6 games on the year. They've been outscored by their opponents 16-11. The wins that the Magi have had, they've outscored their opponents 8-3. Looking to see if they can get a big one here tonight. It was a morale booster in the win against Jamestown Saturday, scoring in the late moments to get the 3-2 tally. Drive came in from Nick Murphy as he went coast to coast. It was Ackerman that went down into the butterfly. He used the blocker to make the stop and kind of pinned it in with the blocker in the chest, and he hung on to it. Well, when you look back to last year, it was Minot High that lost at Bismarck High 3-0 and 6-0. They also played the region semifinals. That was a pretty good game last year in the region semis. Minot High, however, was defeated at a 4-1 margin. Puck comes in on Ackerman. He'll jump on it again, and Ackerman freezes it at the top of the blue paint. Ackerman, the sophomore goaltender, wears the number 1 on the white home jersey tonight. He wears Vaughn leg pads and Vaughn catching mitten blocker. They're white with the touch of maroon. Here's Fillion, dropped it down. Feld from an odd angle, fired it wide of the cage. Murphy at the line, spins it back into the offensive zone at the half boards, right side of the radio dial, trying to get a handle on it. Puck goes up into the seats, into the student section, and a Souvenir will find a fan with 3:50 to play here in the first. Minot High down by a goal. It's 1-0. 1 minute, 1 seconds remains on the power play for the Magi, their second of the night. Stick around for the First International Bank and Trust Intermission Report. We caught up with Mike Peluso tonight. Mike Peluso shared some of his best memories of playing in the National Hockey League. Talked about the state of hockey in Bismarck. Talked about that Grand Forks Central team that's clearly untouchable according to the standings. They beat Red River 8-1 on Saturday. My goodness. You'll hear that interview at the break. Meanwhile, power play out for the Magi. They're second of the night, trying to grab it now as Stenberg walks in, fires, went off the glove and wide. Down to the corner on the near side wing, offensive zone deal. No look, backhand pass delivered to Stenberg, back at the point. Handled now by Plemmel, fired it right into traffic. Plemmel gets it back, and here's the big junior down low. Shoots it in front, no one home. Back at the line, a drive comes in. That one from Bonebreak went wide of the net, and it's taken by the Demons, and they launch it 200 feet all the way down. 3 minutes, 7 seconds to play here in the first period. Minot High trying to even the score at 1. The Demons scored on the power play. Braxton Neese's third of the year. 7 seconds remains of the Magi power play with Deal. Right in front of the Bismarck bench, hemmed in there. It's taken by the Demons. They launch down, and they go 2 for 2 on the kill. And look out, Dane Sardelli's out of the box. Pushed up the near side wall from his own D-zone from Stenberg, and then fired right back ahead forward. It goes into the protective gear of Caleb Petrie, and the stop in the play will result in a face-off coming out to the neutral ice zone. Oh, and you talk about the goaltender Quinn Ackerman for Bismarck High, a 1.9 goals against average and a 90% save percentage in 15 games as a freshman. As a sophomore. somewhere along the lines the stats are wrong. They've got him. He actually is a junior. It's my apologies. Quinn Ackerman in his junior campaign last year as a sophomore, he turned in a 10-5 mark with a 90% save percentage and a 1.9 goals against average. He played in 13 games. He split the time with Austin Martin, the senior net keeper that took over at the end of the year when the Bismarck High Demons finished off their season with a pair of wins against Dickinson and Jamestown at the state tournament. They, however, lost to Red River in the quarterfinals 4-2. That was the Horngate, as Larry McFall called it. Talk about that in a moment. Handled by Morelli down low, sent it behind the offensive net. Ackerman's glove side, puck lays there for Fillion. 2-minute warning here in the period. Minot High with the puck, and Culp dumps it back in behind the net. Ackerman looks on as the Magi went for a 3-for-5 change. Puck at center ice now, bounces for Thongfen. Over to his D partner Hertz, spins it out to center, and then it's just hammered right back in by Nick Mortensen. Sortland was out of the net to play it, left it in behind. Feld on the far side wall, lost a handle on it. Murphy gets it. Bismarck fans wanted a call on Feld. They're not going to get it. Puck comes into the blue paint. And quick to jump on that one is the goaltender Sortland. He'll hang tight to it. The old Horngate at the state high school hockey tournament. Play was in the Bismarck high end. Whoever was running the goal horn at the Ralph thought that Red River had scored. They clearly did not. It hit the goalpost. The horn went off. Everybody quit playing except for the Red River player with the puck, who just happened to tuck it home. It's quite the ordeal. Watched that one from the comfort of my living room with my dad at the missing of the tournament by the Magi last year. Drive comes in from Sullivan from the line. That one jabbed towards the goal. The stop was made from the goaltender Sortland. Not often you see the Magi not making the North Dakota State High School Hockey Tournament. Last year was one of those years. 5 times, I think, total since they've made their first appearance. 2 titles hang in the rafters at the Mesa Arena, representing the times that they were the tops of the state. There's Dan Durkee with the 1-minute call. Demons pressuring in the Magi defensive zone. Nick Murphy trying to clear it out. Puck's down low, back behind Sortland blocker's side. It's tied up down low in Gretzky's office. Trying to work out with it are the Demons, and handling is Farnsworth. Came away to Murphy, and Murphy goes high up the glass to Feld. He's got a streaking Plemmel at center. Feld just takes it up the wall and dumps it in. Dayton Deeks on the retrieve. Deeks hits the brakes on the back end, picks the puck up, and here comes Dayton Deeks with a half a minute to play in the period. Coast to coast, he makes a move. And the stop was made from Tice right in front of the goaltender Sortland, and now the Magi and Feld try to clear it out again. Bouncing puck, top of the circle, back in with it. Look out, in a drive. Oh, trying to pick the top corner. Braxton Meese looking for a second. He shot it wide. Get ready to count them down, kids. We're at 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Pucks in the corner. Blocker side of Sortland. 4, 3. Horns coming soon. It's frozen down low by Marcus, so that's how the first ends. The Magi and Demons in a 1-0 affair tonight. The power play goal for Braxton Meese with 7:32 to play in the period is the only one to report at the end of one. First International Bank and Trust intermission report comes up next. Minot High trails by a goal after 17 minutes. This is Minot High Magicians Hockey.
This presentation on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network is brought to you by IMM, Minot's finest collision center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Shields, Buffalo Wild Wings, Vibeto Orthodontics, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Bremer Bank, the Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, United Agronomy, Homesteaders, First Western Bank and Trust, Granite Springs, and First International Bank.
The areas we serve, First International Bank and Trust employees are actively involved in helping our customers and communities grow. This is Kevin Vigestad from First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Whether it's coaching a Little League team, leading through involvement with nonprofit organizations, or a proud Beaver booster, know that all of us at First International Bank and Trust are committed to giving back to the places where we live and work.
My name is Marshall Knop. I'm the manager of the UPS store here in Minot. It's time to make sure your holiday gifts arrive on time and unbroken. It's why at the UPS store we offer our pack and ship guarantee. We can pack, ship, insure your item, and get it there on time. 100% guaranteed. If anything were to happen, you're covered, and so is your package. So ship away for the holiday. For the finest in packing and shipping, the UPS store. We're at 1940 South Broadway or online at theupsstore.com.
ProStyleProduction.com.
I'm Steve Funningsland, consumer lender at First Western Bank and Trust and sports enthusiast. Employees at First Western know the importance of teamwork and their day-to-day banking duties to best serve the community. I know the Minot and surrounding area high school and college athletic teams know the importance of teamwork as well. We want to wish all local teams good luck in their athletic endeavors this year. Stay safe on the courts, on the fields, on the rinks, and in the gyms. We look forward to watching you succeed. With familiar faces you know, who know you by name, First Western Bank and Trust, you can bank on us, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
It's time for the First International Bank and Trust Intermission Report. First International has you covered. Let's go back to the press box for the stats, analysis, and everything else Magi hockey.
"17 minutes in the books. Here from Walker Arena tonight, it's the Bismarck High Demons that lead this one 1-0 on the power play goal from Braxton Neese, his third of the year. The assist for the Demons on the power play tally went to Dayton Deeks, and also assisting was 26, Caden Sullivan. The only goal to report in the first period, a power play tally again for the Demons. They're 1 for 1 on the power play. Minot High 0 for 2 at the end of one on the man advantage. Shots on goal in the contest, 16 for the Demons, 15 saves for Sortland. 4 shots came the way of Quinn Ackerman. He made all 4 stops in the contest. Again, 1-0 at the end of one here for the Bismarck High Demons. 45 years of Demons hockey. They're recognizing some of the alumni on the ice here tonight. While we do that, we'll take a break on our First International Bank and Trust Intermission Report. We'll hear from Mike Peluso. His thoughts on hockey as a whole here in Bismarck, some of his NHL memories. And we'll find out what's on Coach Peluso's Christmas list as well. 1-0 at the end of one. Demons lead this one. This is Minot High Magicians Hockey.
This presentation on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network is brought to you by IMM, Minot's finest collision center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Shields, Buffalo Wild Wings, Vibeto Orthodontics, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Bremer Bank, the Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, United Agronomy, Homesteaders, First Western Bank and Trust, Granite Springs, and First International Bank.
The areas we serve, First International Bank and Trust employees are actively involved in helping our customers and communities grow. This is Kevin Vigestad from First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Whether it's coaching a Little League team, leading through involvement with nonprofit organizations, or a proud Beaver booster, know that all of us at First International Bank and Trust are committed to giving back to the places where we live and work.
Welcome back to the First International Bank and Trust Intermission Report. We're now joined by the Bismarck High head coach, Mr. Mike Peluso, as always. Thanks for a little time. Happy holidays.
Oh, I appreciate it. Should be interesting. We're getting to that time of the year where I think all of us as a coaching staff is looking very much forward to a break, so it'll be good.
It's fun when the season gets kicked off, and there's always that time where you do need a few extra weeks maybe to get some guys healed and things like that. One question I have for you before we talk about a bunch of personal stuff while I'm bringing you on here tonight. How long until Joey Heinert's back in the lineup? Is there any look on when your second leading scorer from last year comes back for you guys?
Well, right now we're taking him slow. I mean, he's a kid that, we want him to be at the top of his game towards the end of the year, so we don't want to rush it, obviously. His timetable is kind of up in the air. He's skating a little bit right now. We're going to kind of shoot for maybe that first round go around with Century possibly. So we'll see. We just don't want to rush it and have him out for the rest of the year.
I asked John on Grub that just a few moments ago in the coach's corner for the pregame show and just said, how scary is it to know that Bismarck High is only going to get better with the return of a player like that. In your mind, does that put you guys at ease a little bit, or feel like you have an ace in the hole come down the stretch maybe?
Well, yeah. I mean, he's a guy that's definitely going to put some points up, and we need that. That's kind of what we're lacking right now. We're leaning pretty heavily on one line right now, and it's no secret. So we're hoping that once he comes, we can spread things out a little bit and give those guys a little bit of relief. So we'll see what happens.
The major thing I want to talk to you today about was just the state of Bismarck hockey, and it was an interesting conversation I had with Dallas Kuntz from Dickinson a few weeks back about the numbers in Dickinson, how they continue to skyrocket. In your mind, Mike, what is the state of hockey like right now here in Bismarck? Are the numbers good? Are they up? In your mind, overall, how is hockey in Bismarck going these days here in 2018?
Well, I think it's headed in the right direction. We finally hired a consistent kind of program director. He's a gentleman out of Thief River Falls, Kay Martell, and he's doing a really good job. He's very open-minded. He seems to see a lot of the stuff that we've been seeing, especially since I've taken the helm here at BHS and some of the things we like to see in our youth program. So I think that's a step in the right direction. This facility that we're standing in, certainly another one. It gives us 4 sheets ice. Hopefully these kids can utilize it. We're standing in a weight room, a workout room. We got shooting rooms, things like that. I think everything like that helps. Our numbers are real strong in the mites and the squirts, so certainly we got to figure out a way to retain those numbers. I think the biggest thing with Bismarck High or Bismarck hockey in general, once they get to Bismarck High or Century, is you lose a lot of numbers through the course of too much travel, too much expense, et cetera. So I'm hoping that we can alleviate some of that stuff and give these kids an opportunity to stick around and fall in love with the sport, and they'll play at any cost at that point.
Larry McFall and I were talking after our trip down here just a week or two ago about what a beautiful place this is to watch a high school hockey game. In your mind, this Wachter Arena, is this a good home for you guys, or do you prefer being over at the VFW? There's nothing better than Century Bismarck High at the VFW, of course, but your thoughts on this place that you guys call home for your home games?
Well, I just much rather stay down here and play all our games down here. In fact, I wish we'd play our Bismarck Century game here and pack it up and let's have some excitement and make it a tough place to get into and certainly being that we're a South Side program, the buildings down here, I wish the powers that be, especially in the Parks and Rec and our administration, could figure out how to make 4 user groups use 4 arenas, but I don't know, that's way over my head.
I have a question for you also that got brought up in conversation with talking about this Grand Forks Central team out east that just put it to Red River the other night, 5 or 6 goal margin, I believe it was. The lines in Grand Forks with open enrollment brings up a unique question. How does that work down here in Bismarck with Bismarck High, Bismarck Century, and of course Legacy as well? Where do those Legacy kids fall into place, and how do you end up on Bismarck High's club or over with Troy Olsen at Century?
Yeah, there's divide lines in town, and they kind of run all over the place nowadays, especially with the third high school, and then we mix in Shiloh and also St. Mary's in that mix as well. But it all falls on where you live, and it used to be the Divide Avenue used to be the benchmark north or south, but it's no longer that. It's kind of shifting around a little bit. I think they're going to have to adjust that here very soon. I think the numbers are starting to get a little bit off where they need a balance. I know Bismarck High, the school itself is not even close to full enrollment, and then you got Century that's over full. So certainly there's some adjusting that needs to be done. I mean, you got to figure out a way to make sure that you've got appropriate numbers for everything and give kids the best opportunities to play and all that and good programs. So hopefully they can figure that out too.
It would have just been great to have been a bird on the wall with your conversation with your old man, Jimmy Peluso, who is a legend in North Dakota hockey, who coached you at Bismarck High, of course, and goes way back into the record books. When you guys had the conversation about seeing Central putting it to Red River that way, what's your thoughts on that Central powerhouse over there, and what was that conversation like with the old man after finding out that the Knights beat up on the Rough Riders that bad?
Well, if we could swear on air, I'd tell you exactly what he said, and it might have sounded a lot like a hockey puck, but it's a situation I think everybody's going to be facing this year. I mean, you look at it right now, Central is heads and shoulders above everybody right now, but everybody's going to have to work and progress and try to figure out a way to shrink that margin. I know we play them right after Christmas, and I'm going to be quite honest with you, I'm guessing it's going to be a touchdown and an extra point or two a difference, and that's going to be unfortunate, but it might be a wake-up call that our kids need. I think it's going to be good for them to see how those kids play, and I've watched an awful lot of tape on on those guys, and they keep the game very simple, but they move the puck extremely well, and they got talent. And you know what? I'll be the first to admit, you're only as good as what you got. And, you know, when you got kids that can play the game, you look awfully smart. So.
I like to hear that, calling it how it is, basically. And, you know, for you being such a great hockey mind and your time in the National Hockey League, your great career at University of Minnesota Duluth, question for you as well. In your career, what's one of the best NHL memories that you have, Mike? Is there anything that you really hang your hat on as one of the best things that comes to mind when somebody asks you this question?
Well, you know, there's obviously all the first games, the first goals, and things like that. But I think the one that sticks out in my mind the most is a time I was able to be in the starting lineup in Detroit in the old Joe Louis Arena. And, you know, I got on the ice and I'm kind of looking around and I look down at the Detroit lineup and there's Hasek in net. You got Lidstrom and Larionov, or actually Chelios on the point, and then you've got Shanahan, Yzerman, and Brett Hall facing off against me. And I'm thinking to myself, there's 6 Hall of Famers on the rink. You know, what the hell am I doing out there? But it was a surreal moment. You know, it was one I'll never forget, and certainly one that I'll be able to take to my grave. And it's fun. You know, you always hear everybody say, well, you got a cup of coffee and whatnot. You know, it's 40 some odd games in the NHL, but I guess if I was playing football, that would be 4 years of playing. So I'll take it, and, you know, I'll never look back.
I just got done reading Bob Probert's book, and if you haven't read it, I highly recommend it. He talks about how much the game has changed and just the old school days. And, man, it certainly was the Wild Wild West in a lot of senses. And if you read the book, you'll fully understand what I'm saying. In your mind, how much has the game changed throughout the time that you were in the show and until now, all the way up from the Pee-wee ranks all the way up to the big dogs?
Well, I mean, they've changed the rules. I mean, it's more of a free-flowing skill type game, and, you know, you're seeing a lot of guys that are a lot smaller than what they used to be able to survive in the NHL just because of the a lot less contact. I mean, back when I was playing, I was playing against and with guys like Bob Probert and, you know, Keith Kachucks and the guys of that nature. These guys are animals. They're huge, and, you know, that you got to step on them. Not only did they physically, you know, beat on you, but you're probably getting a stick or two and everything else. So the game is definitely not as physical as it was. It's a more skilled game. I personally don't like watching it as much as I used to. I like the, you know, grind it out and, you know, guys getting after each other, and you just don't see that much anymore. I mean, I turned on the Penguins Capitals game, and the game opened up with a fight, and I thought it was one of the best hockey games I've watched all year. It got physical, it got a little nasty, and it was fun to watch. It was old school hockey, and I'm just hoping that we're going to see a little bit more of that. And you always do, obviously, during the playoffs, but I don't think we're seeing enough of it.
Final thing I have for you right around holiday time here, only a few days away from Christmas. You all locked and loaded, family ready? You got the presents, and are you on Santa's good list this year? And what's on Mike Peluso's list?
A lot of fishing. I haven't been able to do enough of it, just with this weather and with obviously kids and then coaching and trying to work 3 jobs. So yeah, I'm gonna go out and try to spend a little time on the ice, not the ice that you put your skates on, the ice that you drill holes in and make a mess of it. So I'm looking forward to that. But at the same time, you know, we're kind of kicking off the holiday season here tonight. It's kind of exciting. We got our 45th anniversary of Demon Hockey, and we're going to have a lot of alumni in the building, and looking forward to seeing all those guys.
Always great talking to you. Thanks for quite a bit of your time here tonight. Best of luck in this hockey game, and we'll see you in a few months.
All right. Thanks, man.
That's Mike Peluso, the head coach of the Bismarck High Demons. When we come back to the First International Bank and Trust Intermission Report, we'll look back to the scoring and get you set up for the second Bismarck High, Minot High. This is Minot High Magicians Hockey.
Broadcast Network is brought to you by IMM, Minot's finest collision center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Shields, Buffalo Wild Wings, Vibeto Orthodontics, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Bremer Bank, the Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, United Agronomy, Homesteaders, First Western Bank and Trust, Granite Springs, and First International Bank.
Throughout the areas we serve, First International Bank and Trust employees are actively involved in helping our customers and communities grow. This is Kevin Vigestad from First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Whether it's coaching a Little League team, leading through involvement with nonprofit organizations, or a proud Beaver booster, know that all of us at First International Bank and Trust are committed to giving back to the places where we live and work.
Hi, my name is Marshall Knop. I'm the manager of the UPS store here in Minot. It's time to make sure your holiday gifts arrive on time and unbroken. It's why at the UPS store we offer our pack and ship guarantee. We can pack, ship, insure your item, and get it there on time. 100% guaranteed. If anything were to happen, you're covered, and so is your package. So ship away for the holiday. For the finest in packing and shipping, the UPS store. We're at 1940 South Broadway or online at theupsstore.com.
ProStyleProduction.com.
Planet Pizza. Systems go for lunch. Frequent supper times up front. T-minus now, it's time for Planet Pizza. With lots of space for fun. There's room for everyone. From me and Arian to Planet Pizza.
Hello, I'm Steve Funningsland, consumer lender at First Western Bank and Trust and sports enthusiast. Employees at First Western know the importance of teamwork and their day-to-day banking duties to best serve the community. I know the Minot and surrounding area high school and college athletic teams know the importance of teamwork as well. We want to wish all local teams good luck in their athletic endeavors this year. Stay safe on the courts, on the fields, on the rinks, and in the gyms. We look forward to watching you succeed. With familiar faces you know, who know you by name, First Western Bank and Trust, you can bank on us, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
This presentation on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network is brought to you by IMM, Minot's finest collision center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Shields, Buffalo Wild Wings, Vibeto Orthodontics, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Bremer Bank, the Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, United Agronomy, Homesteaders, First Western Bank and Trust, Granite Springs, and First International Bank. This presentation on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network is brought to you by IMM, Minot's finest collision center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Shields, Buffalo Wild Wings, Vibeto Orthodontics, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Bremer Bank, the Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, United Agronomy, Homesteaders, First Western Bank and Trust, Granite Springs, and First International Bank.
Throughout the areas we serve, First International Bank and Trust employees are actively involved in helping our customers and communities grow. This is Kevin Vigestad from First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Whether it's coaching a Little League team, leading through involvement with nonprofit organizations, or a proud Beaver booster, know that all of us at First International Bank and Trust are committed to giving back to the places where we live and work.
Hi, my name is Marshall Knop. I'm the manager of the UPS store here in Minot. It's time to make sure your holiday gifts arrive on time and unbroken. It's why at the UPS store we offer our pack and ship guarantee. We can pack, ship, insure your item, and get it there on time. 100% guaranteed. If anything were to happen, you're covered, and so is your package. So ship away for the holiday. For the finest in packing and shipping, the UPS store. We're at 1940 South Broadway or online at theupsstore.com.
ProStyleProduction.com.
Planet Pizza. Systems go for lunch. Frequent supper times up front. T-minus now, it's time for Planet Pizza. With lots of space for fun. There's room for everyone. From me and Arian to Planet Pizza. Planet Pizza.
Hello, I'm Steve Funningsland, consumer lender at First Western Bank and Trust and sports enthusiast. Employees at First Western know the importance of teamwork in their day-to-day banking duties to best serve the community. I know the Minot and surrounding area high school and college athletic teams know the importance of teamwork as well. We want to wish all local teams good luck in their athletic endeavors this year. Stay safe on the courts, on the fields, on the rinks, and in the gyms. We look forward to watching you succeed. With familiar faces you know who know you by name, First Western Bank and Trust, you can bank on us, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
This presentation on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network is brought to you by IMM, Minot's finest collision center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Shields, Buffalo Wild Wings, Vibeto Orthodontics, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Bremer Bank, the Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, United Agronomy, Homesteaders, First Western Bank and Trust, Granite Springs, and First International Bank. Let's go to the ice with the voice of the Magi. Here's Nick Hulberg.
Time for our second frame tonight. Minot High, Bismarck High. It's a 1-0 contest at the end of one. Braxton Neese scored on the power play for the Demons. Midway through period number one, that's where we sit at 1-0 at the end of one. Shots of the contest, 16-4 favoring Bismarck High. Sortland coming up with 15 of 16 saves. It's Quinn Ackerman perfect on all four that he's seen tonight. Minot High travels from the right to the left for the middle frame, left to the right for the Demons. As we're underway, 20 seconds in with the Magi pressuring in the offensive zone. Back in behind the net. Goes away to the far side wall for Sardelli. Can't be sent down. It's held in there by Opperud. Big hit over there by Stenberg. He gave it to Dane Sardelli, who went to the ice, and that brought the Magi bench to volume. 40 seconds into the middle frame. A shot from an on-angle corner, and it's Mason Deal that puts one in off of Ackerman. It's 1-1. Mason Deal from the corner on the blocker's side. Let her fly. And somehow it sneaks past Ackerman down low on the blocker's side, right between the pad and the belly. And Minot High's on the board with Mason Deal netting goal number 2 on the year, point number 5, and we're tied. Here's Dan Durkee. 42 seconds into the Magicians get on the board from Deal. Again, Mason Deal on the year, picking up goal number 2. Both of them coming against Bismarck High in this same arena. Last one was 9 days ago when Minot High lost 5-1. Hit on the far side wall, down low it comes, offensive zone. Fillian's got it. Fillian wraps it up from behind the net, trying to work it back to Hertz, and it goes all the way down the length of the ice out to play to Sortland. Sortland sends it out to center where he connects with Fillian. Now Hertz has it back in his own territory. Hertz goes back to Fillian, trying to send it up to Morelli on the near side wall. It's chipped ahead forward. Back in Demon territory. They take it up off the near side boards and dump it back in behind Sortland. Caleb Moore sent it down for an icing. 15:27 to play here in the second. Mason Deal gets the Magi on the board. It's 1-1. Hope you enjoyed the conversation with Mike Peluso at the break. Always great catching up with Mike. How about that? Lining up against Chelios, Hasek, those others, all Hall of Famers. What a neat experience that must have been. Thongfed offensive zone at the blue line, near side wing. Sent it into Plemmel, top of the circle, left side of the radio dial. Up at the point, Thongfed sends it towards the net. Whistled it just wide. The puck bounces away to the far side boards, where Nick Murphy's back at center to pick it up. Taken by Matt Marcus. He dumps it forward into Minot High offensive territory, but it's the Demons that push it right back out to center. Now there's a scrum for it right at the Minot High stripe on the glove side of Sortland. Furman's on the forecheck. Marcus is on the retrieve behind the net. And Matt Marcus on the backhand tries to work it out of the corner. Marcus still scrumming for it down low. He's really big hounded there by Wachter. Wachter frees it in front of the net, comes back up, twisting one towards the cage. It's loose in the slot, comes back away onto the tape for Thongfed. Thongfed trying to clear it. Murphy does as well, and now it's back down to the corner again where it's Poked ahead forward by Steckler. Steckler's behind the net. He's going to try to wrap it around. Steckler sends it in front of Sortland. Quick whistle. Sortland made the stop. And the Magi keep it 1-1 with superb goaltending from Trey Sortland. Faceoff will come on his blocker side. Well, I asked John Grubb about that in the Planet Pizza pregame show coach's corner here tonight, asking him what his thought was on the sophomore goaltender getting the call against Bismarck High, saying it's the biggest game of his career so far. Maybe a little over the top, but it's Minot High, Bismarck High. Minot High looking for a win in this big rivalry. They haven't beat him in 5 games. In my mind, Sortland could either sink or swim in this one. He's certainly been swimming, and he's been swimming like an Olympian in my mind. He's played very well so far in the contest. 3-0 on the year, but he hasn't played anybody quite as tough as the Demons. That was my whole point in the conversation. Mandan, Jamestown, Devil's Lake, yeah, there's competition there, but Bismarck High comes into the season as the number 4 team in the state to beat. Shot came in and the stop was there from Ackerman. He hangs tight to it. Faceoff will come on his blocker side. Those preseason rankings, when they came out, they had Bismarck High pegged at number 5. The coaches did across North Dakota. Bismarck Century grabbed that number 4 spot. Central, Red River, Fargo Davies, Century, Bismarck High, Minot High, the top 6 according to the coaches across the state. It's fun to see it when the dust settles at the end of the year. How many of those guys didn't have a clue what was really going to transpire? We know Central's good. We know Bismarck High's always good. Century's supposedly the team to beat out here on the west side of the state. But if you ask me right now, the Magicians have some flashes of brilliance. And when you can get superb goaltending to bail you out from time to time, you can certainly get some things done. We saw that with Cross Broughton. And, of course, Bray Efforts back in the day, icing on the Demons. The only reason I bring that up is when you look back to that 2016 campaign where Minot High swept Bismarck High in regular season play. When you go back into the record books and look deeper into those numbers, there was times Bismarck High had a better club, but it was Cross Broughton for the Magi that had to make 42 stops the first night at Bismarck High when we won 4-2. Broughton had to make 36 at home when the Magi upended the Demons 6-2. Go even further back, Bray Efforts has some superb numbers in there as well. Sometimes that rivalry needs that. Here's a drive in. The stop is made from Ackerman, and Fillion turned one towards the net. Aiden Morelli was there. He got a little whack from 14. That was Olhauser after the whistle blew. Mason Morelli in the house tonight here watching his cousin. We'll have him on the air, hopefully in between the second and third. Having quite the season for the Omaha Mavericks. Currently 22nd in all of college hockey as far as scores are concerned across the country. We'll hear his thoughts at the break. Chase Furman's throwing bodies down low. Minot High fans looking for a call. They're not going to get it as it's taken by Phil back in behind to Hertz. I don't mind when they let him play. This one goes on for Morelli all the way down. There's an icing on the Magi, so we'll face it off back on the glove side of the goaltender, Sortland. Starting to dig into those stats tonight when we looked at that, I had the question mark, how long has it been since the Magi have beat Bismarck High? And when you have to go all the way back to 2016 and January 21st of that time when Minot High won 6-2, you look at this rivalry and think that it's come a long way over time. The biggest rival for the Magi, in my mind, hands down. And at that time that the Demons have gone 5-0 against the Magi, they've outscored them 27-3. Big hit down low. Wrap around, the attempt is there. Stop is made, scrub in front of the net. Good old Donnybrook and Suter. We got the old school rivalry brewing again. Hertz on top of a player inside the blue paint. Stenberg was there as well. Caleb Petrie crashing in. I believe it was Sardelli that went in there like a lumberjack, hacking at the pad of Sortland. It is. Sardelli went right to his backside. Hertz got on top of him like a UFC fighter. No arms are in the air, and are we just going to call it boys will be boys in a West Region affair tonight? My goodness, can you believe this? I must be on a different planet right now. Any other time, I feel like that would have been 4 or 5 penalties out of that situation. They're just letting them play. This is a good old school West Region affair, and the rivalry is certainly brewed between the Magi and the Demons. Here's Fillion into the offensive zone. Takes it all the way down. I'm sorry, that's Cope 19.10. Back at the point, Thongfet sends it in. Right in on Ackerman. He makes the stop. Deal out of the corner, trying to spin it towards the net. Went just wide. In a scrum after Sortland made the stop. Now Sardelli's back in. In on Thongfet. Back walks in towards the net, making the stop as Sortland as he denies him. Thongfet and Sardelli go at it in the corner. Puck goes up into the bench. Stenberg at center was hit by Deke. Stenberg went for a ride. The fans come to volume. Well, buckle up your seatbelts. 11:34 to play in the second. The Magi scored 40 seconds into the middle frame on Mason Deal's second goal of the year, third point. And since then, the intensity level has been turned up a few notches. There's a lot of extra stuff all over the ice surface. We get some now as Hillman cross-checked right at center by 16 on the other side. That's Alex Krug. The referees say enough's enough. We'll stay 5-on-5. This one reminds me of an old school affair here tonight. How do you like this? 1-1. 11:28 to play here in the second. Minot High starting to really blossom in my mind. Kind of a slow start, some disappointing losses early in the year. That expectation has been set so high over the past few years that they should be a contender and one of the tops in the state. Deeks at the line, near side, tried to send it in. Nice play defensively there, and it's taken and chipped up off the wall. That one from Derwin Hauser all the way down. It comes in an icing on the Magi, and we'll face it off back on the glove side of Trey Sortland. Over the time since the Magi went through the Quinn Fuchs era, as I like to call it, players like Mason Morelli and Quinn Fuchs, Hayden Schwartz, Jersey Kelly, Martell on the back end. There was just a handful of those guys that made Minot High hockey relevant to get him back on the map, so much so that they finally won a first-round game at the state tournament after 22 years of being disappointed in that opening round. They ended up taking third that year. The following year, the Magi won the big dance. State champions for the first time in 23 years. Only the third time ever that a team from the West won a crown. Out to center, Nick Murphy's in with it. Hits the brakes, offensive zone, glove side. Waits for the trailers, looks for him, finds him. Opperud, who on near side, top of the circle, sends it in. Opperud sent in a howitzer, and it hits Sullivan. Sullivan's in all sorts of pain as he went down to block it. Sullivan still limping in front of the net. Puck is launched high up off the glass, and Opperud has to come back out to center to retrieve back in his own territory. And now Derwin Hauser at neutral ice has real estate, and Hauser sends it over to the Magi bench where they were off for a change. Puck taken here by the Demons. They move it back in behind Sortland. This will be an icing, and down it came. 10:08 to play in the second, 1-1. Braxton East has the one for the Demons. It's Deal the one for the Magicians. Back to that point I was making is that when you have a third, a first, a fifth, a fourth at the state tournament over your last 5 appearances, and then you don't even make the big dance the next year, there's some failed expectations there. And I believe that as a program as a whole, there should be some accountability in thinking that we should get back to that place in a quick hurry. And I'm certainly not going to sit on the radio and tell you otherwise and say everybody should get a second place ribbon. That's not what I think. I think Minot High hockey should be on the map. And this team has a lot of promise and a lot of pride to it, and I really think that you're going to be real thrilled with the performance and the outcome of this young hockey club over the next 2 years. They're really starting to show it tonight here in the second. Back in with it, failed offensive zone. In front of the Magi bench, Fillion throws a hit over there, and the puck is freed down by the Demons, and Caleb Moore's back in with it. Moore, 5 points on the year, takes it underneath the net. Blocker side of Sortland, puck down low. Magi trying to clear with Fillion, tried to spin it out. A drive that was put on by Korsmo was blocked by Fillion, and he works it back out to neutral ice where Aiden Morelli has it now. Morelli with a backhand, dumps it back behind Ackerman. The Magi get a wholesale change. 9 minutes on the dot right now to play here in the second, 1-1. Offensive zone back in with it. Steckler takes it back behind Sortland. Steckler tried to fire it in front. Demons caught in a change. Could have been too many. I've got my arm in the air. So did many Magi fans. They don't get it. Sardelli tried to fire loose in front of Sortland. Oh, might have hit his pad. It went into the corner and wide. Magi chip it off the glass and down all the way it comes. And we've got an icing with 8:37 to play in the second. You heard it from the microphone to my left. Somebody yelled too many. I had my arm naturally come up. I thought the same thing. Demons went for a change. It was a 5-for-5 over on the far side wall in front of the Shields and Wells Fargo side of their bench, and the puck went right into that mix. Thought for sure that could have been a too many men on the ice call. They didn't whistle it. Deeks at the line, offensive zone, glove side, back underneath the net. Worked her out of the far side wall. Hunter Cope over there trying to free it. He does, and it comes to Deal with the 9-iron. He just chips it out to center, and on the forecheck, it's Cope that worked it ahead. Caleb Petrie hammered on the wall there by Deal, That frees the puck for the Magi back in their own territory. Now the Magi work to center with Stenberg. Tic-tac-toe. Here we go, offensive zone. Stenberg fires in. Ackerman the save. Then Ackerman rolled into Stenberg. Right there on the side of the net, Hunter Cope and Petrie have a conversation. Ackerman without the goal mask. He's slow to get up as he got pushed all the way back behind the goal line. And with 8:04 to play here in the second, Minot High not afraid to crash and bang a bit as well. 1-1 the score in this barn burner of a contest here tonight. No calls on the play, just a line change for the Magi. And the faceoff coming to Ackerman's blocker side. He only saw 4 shots in the first period. Minot High had 3 within the first 30 seconds of the second. One of them went in. It was Mason Deal's second goal of the year. Shot from the line. That one from Bonebreak found its way through, and the stop was made from Ackerman. Flung into the zone again from the point by Oprud. Shot comes in. Same rebound. Loose in front. Cope bangs at it, and then Cope's going to be run into it. Good old Donnybrook again as everybody grabs a partner in front of the net. Deeks having a wrestling match there. It might be with Hillman. Somebody's on top of Hillman inside the blue paint. I believe it's 16. It's either 16 or 6 for the Magi. The arm came up. The initial call was there, and there's still a scrum going on. Dayton Deeks and Hillman continue. That one not done yet as they skate him to the bench, almost like a Minotoro's contest here as Hillman is fired up. Unsportsmanlike on Hillman, and you hear the fans from Bismarck starting to come alive. And Hillman's in the sin bin. They don't take Deeks with them. You'd have to be surprised here, wouldn't you? 7:52 to play in the second. The altercation at the left of the goal resulted in a penalty for Hillman. We'll hear from Dan Durkee in a moment how they sort it all out. Nevertheless, permission slips were signed, and they're letting them play old school tonight. Prison rules almost. You don't see that too often in a North Dakota high school hockey contest anymore, but we are seeing it tonight. Early Christmas present. Still waiting on the call from Dan Durkee inside the box. 7:52 to play here in the second period. Still 1-1. Well, there's going to be extra for the Magi as into the box to serve the penalty for the Magicians. And taking a seat next to Hillman is Isaiah Thongfett. Still waiting to hear the call on Hillman from Dan Durkee. There's a 2-minute penalty up on the board. That one for Petrie. No penalty time now. The penalty time comes up for the Magicians and Hillman that Thongfett will serve. So we'll skate 4-on-4. We're going to have to listen in. I thought it was Deeks and not Petrie that were going at it left of the net. Either way, regardless, halfway through the period, it's been a wild one. We're still tied now. We've got some open ice out there as the 4-on-4 will take place. Here's Dan Durkee. Let's listen in.
16, Ashton Hillman. A 2-minute rough and a 10-minute misconduct. Showing the 2-minute rough for Minot will be number 23, Isaiah Thongfett. For Bismarck, 2 roughing penalties. First to number 7, Caleb Houston, and number 26, Caden Sullivan, each 2 minutes roughing. The end result is a 2-minute power play for Minot.
I had it all wrong. Minot High's on the power play. The 2 roughing penalties on the Demons have the Magi and the man advantage. Fillions in with it. Offensive zone blocker side, takes it at the half wall, spins it down low. Walking on Feld, fire save, rebound loose in front. And Feld is going to town like a pitchfork on the hay on Ackerman's blocker side. And the Bismarck High goaltender held on to it. Faceoff will come to his blocker side. They put the 2 minutes up for Hillman. They put the 2 minutes up for Petrie. They take Hillman's down. And Minot High's got their 3rd power play of the night. And they have Oproot at the line that handles here. Riley Oproot, near side wing, skates across the blue, sends it in. Hit Morelli, down to the corner it goes, and now Nick Murphy. Shuffled it back around to Feld. He let it go back to Fillion. And Fillion's got real estate on the near wall. Blocker side, down low to Gretzky's office. Feld to Fillion. Back to the point. Shot comes in, loose in front of the net. Still loose. It comes back away almost to Fillion with a yawning goal mouth. And somehow Sardelli's away with an out to center. Sardelli's in. He's whistled for the offside. Not after he fired one on. And the stop was made. Nevertheless, the faceoff will come back out to neutral ice. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't like calling a Bismarck High win when they're taking on the Magi. I don't like seeing Minot High lose ever. If you're a fan of the Demons, and you've been around for a while, you know that, but you certainly have to respect the game, and you have to respect the rivalry, and you have to respect players like Dane Sardelli. He's in with it again, and Sardelli fires one on. Save is made by Sortland with the stick, and now the puck is handled here by Stenberg out to center ice. The Magi with deals. Stenberg and Hunter Cope are in. Stenberg, far corner, spins it down, bottom of the circle, back to the point. Handling across, it came from Plemmel to Bonebrake, sent it in. That one knocked down off the stick of the Demon defender in front of the net. That was Steckler, back with it now. Stenberg, back top of the circle. Plemmel fires, glove save, rebound, hanging on tight to it as Ackerman of the faceoff will come to his glove side. Magi are buzzing with the power play and 30 seconds remaining. My favorite song of all time is on the loudspeakers, Queen, We Will Rock You. Anyway, the point about that whole rant a moment ago is that if you don't enjoy watching Dane Sardelli play the game of hockey, a drive comes in from Deal off the draw. If you don't enjoy watching Dane Sardelli play hockey, I feel bad for you because it certainly is a joy. The big 6'5" senior for the Demons is the real deal. He only scored 26 points last year. He did that in 22 games played. Sardelli's got 20 in 6 this year, and he is a machine. Down underneath the goal line, it comes down for Deal. 13 seconds on the power play, trying to get it back away there to Stenberg, out to center ice for Furman for the Demons. Short-handed, Furman's in, pad save, and kicking it out with Sortland. Back behind the net. Taken here by Plemmel. Plemmel's going to move it up to center ice. Plemmel run into. And the puck is going to be sent to center where Deeks handles again. Petrie's out of the box. Stevens ran full strength. Minot High 0 for 3 tonight. Slap shot came in just wide of the blocker of the goaltender Sortland, and down low again. Petrie's got it where he frees it back away and out of the corner. It's landed Fisher. Fisher moves it back around. Sunday Stroll, top of the circle, spins with it again. Now delivers to Furman underneath the net. 5:20 to play here in the second period. It's still 1-1. The Magi ice it down, and we'll have a face-off coming on Sortland's glove side. Good one tonight from Bismarck. Thanks for joining us on ProStyleProduction.com and, of course, on 1390 KRRZ. Wishing you a very happy holiday season, a Merry Christmas. Puck hammered there by Hertz around the far side wall. Lewitzki back at the point. Demons have it right side of the radio dial and down low. On the retrieve is Tice. He's hammered on by Petrie underneath the net. And now it comes back away to Nick Murphy near side wing, who Petrie gets a hold of as well. 2-for-2 scrum in the glove side corner down low. Trying to clear it now for the Magi up the near side wing is Hauser. He goes back up to center ice, and it's taken by Witzki and sent right back in. Dump and chase where Hertz is on the retrieve with a backhand. He worked it up. Shot comes in. Tipped in front. Look out. And the stop is made by Sortland. He went into the butterfly. and he held tight to it as Landon Fisher sent it in. That one wedged right up in between the glove and the top of the pad when he went into the butterfly, and the sophomore net keeper hangs tight again. 4:42 to play here in the second. Back at the point, Deke sends it in, tipped it front, save, rebound. Oh, they score on the backhand. The attempt, the rebound. Shortland made 2 stops. And the Demons find a way to get one past the sophomore net keeper. Who's it going to be? It looks like Farnsworth. We'll listen to Dan Durkee. 4:37 left in the period. A Bismarck goal has them up 2-1. Here's Dan Durkee.
Going for Bismarck, number 19, Grayson Farnsworth. Assistant number 11, Nicholas Mortensen. Number 15, Greg Deek. Top of the goal.
Deeks and Mortensen assist on the go-ahead goal. It's
12-23.
scored by Farnsworth, his 3rd of the year, and the Demons have the lead. Shortland made 2 excellent stops, and on the back doorstep, they popped home the 3rd. Offsides on the Magi, and the faceoff comes back to center. 4 minutes to play here in the second. 2-1, Demons with the lead. Farnsworth, 2nd of the year. 4:37 remain on the clock at the time of the tally. Face-off on Shortland's glove side. Stenberg in on the draw. He'll step up against Korsmo, and Korsmo wins it back. Drive comes back in behind the Magi net. Pouncing on that one is Shortland. He hangs tight to it. The face-off comes on the sophomore net keeper's blocker side. Well, Minot High will have a short break. They'll have the alumni game coming up on Saturday, the 22nd at 5 p.m. at the Mesa Arena. We invite all you fans to come out and enjoy some good hockey at the Mesa with a handful of the alumni that are back. Many decades covered at the alumni game on Saturday. Again, 5 p.m. There's a social. Some adult beverages will be had there as well for anyone of age. Should be a great time on Saturday. Taken here by the Magicians in their own defensive zone. And up with it comes Stenberg. He's going to skate it out to center. He's got Deal with the 3:19 to play in the middle frame. Stenberg hits the brakes far side. Whistles one in. Stick save Ackerman. Deal behind the net. He's got the goal for the Magi down low. Sent it to Cope, and Cope tried to move it ahead. It's taken there and up from Moore to center ice. Comes back away to Riley Oprud, and Oprud's got it back where he spins it back away to Deal. Deal chips it high up off the glass, and the roller comes back to center. Back in for the Magi is Oprud behind his own net. Hammered off the glass and sent around. Could have been too many men on the ice in my mind again on the Demons. In with a drive. This one's going to go up and into the protective mesh. And a stop of the play with 2:44 to play here in the second. Still 2-1 in favor of Bismarck High after the goal at 4:37 remaining. Farnsworth's 2nd of the year. Either I don't know the rule to too many men on the ice when the puck goes over to the bench on a change, or maybe I've just had one too many Red Bulls here tonight at Walker Arena. I'm not sure. That's the second one tonight that I thought could have been called. Either way, I love to see an even affair like this tonight where they just let him play. Here's a power play coming, though, for the Magi, and Flemel was railed on the far side wall. Can't get away with that one. You got to call it when they're blatant like that. Flemel was cranked. He's still on his knees. Flemel having a conversation now with Braxton Neese, the player that hit him. And Neese goes into the sin bin. 4th power play of the night for the Magi. It's not a must-score situation for the Magicians, but in my mind, it would sure be nice if they could pot one here. Keep that confidence radar up on the power play, the man advantage. Morelli off the draw, put one towards the net with a backhand. Ackerman made the save, and the puck's down low. Underneath the net, Fillion down there scrumming forward. It's worked back away to the line, and Riley Oprud quarterbacks the power play and works it across the blue. Sent it back to Fillion. Fillion, top of the circle, blocker side, delivers down low, back up to Fillion. Fillion off-route, center slot, wrister sent in, Ackerman the save, and he'll wrangle it with 2:09 to play in the second, still 2-1 in favor of the Demons with 1:35 of Minot High's fourth power play of the night. Face-off will be on Ackerman's glove side. Cool and calm is the junior net keeper for the Demons. He's been busier here in the second than he was in the first, without a doubt. Feld underneath the net. Back behind Ackerman. Looks for the outlet. He just takes it and works it to the point where Nick Murphy has it. Across now. Hopperud back over to Feld. Feld sends it in. The stick save is made from Ackerman. Certainly not for a lack of trying and execution. The Magi work the power play nicely. They just got to find one to find the back of the net. Murphy down low, back behind the cage. Left it there for Feld. Morelli's in to help out, and it's freed over. Back out of the tape for Fillion. Team's point leader with 6. Handles top of the circle, blocker side. Delivers down to Gretzky's office for Feld. 1 minute into the power play, 1 to go, and the puck comes back over to Feld near corner. He works it back up to Fillion. He's at the point now. Far side point, Murphy. One-timer opportunity there. Comes back away from Hopperud, back to Fillion. He whistled one wide. Look out. Dane Sardelli's back to center, shorthanded. Sardelli sends it in front to Petrie. Backhand. He scored. What a play that was. My goodness. Give it to Sports Center. It's a top 10. Dane Sardelli set it up to Petrie. That's going to be 7 from 17, a shorthanded goal at 1:12 remaining here in the second period. And the Demons special teams are good tonight. They've got a power play goal and a shorty. And that was a pretty one. Sardelli delivered a backhand over to Petrie, and Petrie sent it past the goaltender Sortland for his 12th point of the year, goal number 7. You heard the pipe go clank. He barely beat Sortland, and it's 3-1. 1 minute call. There it is. Loose in front of the net. Offensive zone. Power play still out for the Magi. The puck comes back up to neutral ice where Bonebreak has it. Bonebreak back across there off the Plemmel. Offensive zone for the Magi for Deal. You hear Dan Durkee with the shorthanded goal call. As we called it, Petrie from Sardelli, his 16th point of the year, 21st for the Demons. 21st for Sardelli, I'm sorry. Demons at full strength. Hunter Cope's got it underneath the goal line now. Demons defensive zone handled here. Shot comes in. Oh, that one might have beat Ackerman and bounced through the blue paint. Get ready to cut them down, kids. We're at 10 seconds right now. As back into the offensive zone with it. This is Nice walking, firing, pad save, loose in front of the Magi net. Another shot comes in. That one wide. Here's the horn at the end of the second. And it's 3-1 at the end of 2. And the Demons will go to the power play to start the third on a Hunter Cope interference call. A shorty and a power play goal for the Demons. A pair of even strength, one for the Magi, one for the Demons as well. That's where we sit at the end of 2. It's 3-1 at the end of 2 periods played. First International Bank and Trust intermission report comes up in just a moment. Mason Morelli will join me here at Wachter Arena to talk about how things are going for the senior captain of the UNO Hockey Club. We'll hear his thoughts next. We'll also have the recap of the hockey game at the end of 2 periods played. Minot High trailing 3-1. This is Minot High Magicians Hockey.
This presentation on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network is brought to you by IMM, Minot's finest collision center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Shields, Buffalo Wild Wings, Vibeto Orthodontics, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Bremer Bank, the Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, United Agronomy, Homesteaders, First Western Bank and Trust, Granite Springs, and First International Bank.
Throughout the areas we serve, First International Bank and Trust employees are actively involved in helping our customers and communities grow. This is Kevin Vigestead from First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Whether it's coaching a Little League team, leading through involvement with nonprofit organizations, or a proud Beaver booster, know that all of us at First International Bank and Trust are committed to giving back to the places where we live and work.
Hi, my name is Marshall Knop. I'm the manager of the UPS store here in Minot. It's time to make sure your holiday gifts arrive on time and unbroken. It's why at the UPS store we offer our pack and ship guarantee. We can pack, ship, insure your item, and get it there on time. 100% guaranteed. If anything were to happen, you're covered, and so is your package. So ship away for the holiday. For the finest in packing and shipping, the UPS store. We're at 1940 South Broadway or online at theupsstore.com.
ProStyleProduction.com.
Planet Pizza. Systems go for lunch. Frequent supper times a crunch. T-minus now, it's time for Planet Pizza. With lots of space for fun. There's room for everyone. From me and Marianne to Planet Pizza.
Hello, I'm Steve Funningsland, consumer lender at First Western Bank and Trust and sports enthusiast. Employees at First Western know the importance of teamwork in their day-to-day banking duties to best serve the community. I know the Minot and surrounding area high school and college athletic teams know the importance of teamwork as well. We want to wish all local teams good luck in their athletic endeavors this year. Stay safe on the courts, on the fields, on the rinks, and in the gyms. We look forward to watching you succeed. With familiar faces you know, who know you by name, First Western Bank and Trust, you can bank on us, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
This presentation on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network is brought to you by IMM, Minot's finest collision center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Shields, Buffalo Wild Wings, Vibeto Orthodontics, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Bremer Bank, the Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, United Agronomy, Homesteaders, First Western Bank and Trust, Granite Springs, and First International Bank. It's time for the First International Bank and Trust Intermission Report. First International has you covered. Let's go back to the press box for the stats, analysis, and everything else Magi hockey.
Barn burner of a contest tonight at Wachter Arena here in Bismarck. 3-1 at the end of two periods played. It's the Demons from Bismarck High that lead the Magi from Minot High 3-1 the score. Thanks for joining us tonight for Magi hockey in the final game before the Christmas break. Don't forget about the alumni game on Saturday evening, 5 p.m. at the Mesa Arena. It's going to be a great time at the Mesa on Saturday. First International Bank and Trust brings you this intermission report and plenty to report. It's a rowdy affair tonight with Minot High and Bismarck High. They're letting them play, and as I like to say, almost like prison rules tonight. A good contest so far, and the third period should be entertaining as well. Shots in the first period favored Bismarck High 16-4. Trey Sortland turned aside 15 of the 16. It was Ackerman that turned aside 4 of the 4. The goal that Bismarck got was at 7:32 remaining in the first period. Braxton Neese picked up goal number 3 on the year, and Neese put the Demons in the driver's seat. It was goal number 3 for Neese on the year, put him in the driver's seat. He was assisted by Deeks, also assisting with Sullivan. That was on the power play. That's how we ended the first. It was 1-0 Bismarck High at the end of 1. We end up 3-1 Bismarck High at the end of 2, and here's how we got there. 42 seconds into the second period, Minot's Mason Deal picked up goal number 2 on the season, an unassisted tally. He had it down on the offensive zone on the blocker's side. Odd angle shot from below the circle somehow found its way through the wickets, and Minot High tied the game at 1-1. The Magicians pounded the Demons in the shot category 20-11 in the middle frame, and they were only able to find the one goal. Bismarck had 2 of their own, a goal that came for the Demons with 4:37 remaining in the period. The tally was scored by Grayson Fransworth, he picks up goal number 2 on the year. Getting the assist on that one was Nick Mortensen, also assisting Dayton Deeks. And then with a minute 12 remaining in the period, shorthanded, the Demons, Dane Sardelli, what a player he is. 21st point of the year, sets it up for Caleb Petrie, picking up point number 12. That was a nice give and go on the shorthanded feet. It hit the goalpost and beat Sortland to pick up goal number 3 of the night for the Demons. That's where we sit at the end of 2 periods played. Demons lead 3-1 at the end of 2. Goaltender total saves after 2 periods. Sortland has 24 stops on the 27 he's seen, 23 stops on the 24 we've seen for Quinn Ackerman. We're now joined in the booth here at the Wachter Arena by former Minot High magician, former Minot Minotauro, former Fargo Force, and current University of Nebraska Omaha captain, Mr. Mason Morelli. And first of all, Mason, great seeing you, man. You look fantastic. Thanks for some time here tonight, and happy holidays.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Nick. Good to see you.
Fun to have you come back to Minot and watch your cousin play for the Magi. First of all, before we talk about you, your thoughts on this hockey game tonight, man? They're letting them play here, aren't they?
Yeah, it's been a great game. The guys rung one off the pipe in the late in the second there. They're playing right with the Demons. It's a good game, and there's a good crowd here at the rink tonight. There's a lot of energy, and like you said, prison rules tonight. Anything goes. The refs are letting them play, but yeah, it's been a really good game. It's been a fun one to watch.
For you, playing up your sophomore year, you left after your sophomore or junior year?
Sophomore year.
You left after your sophomore year. For you, what do you remember most about this Bismarck High rivalry, man? When Minot High and Bismarck High get together, it just seems like, the gloves almost come off. Do you remember getting up for those games in that way?
Yeah, for sure. It was, it was every time you go to play them in Bismarck at VFW, what used to be, or if they came to play at Mesa, you tell the boys, it's going to be a dogfight out there. Nothing changed. It looks like nothing's changed. But that was fun. That's how you want it. You want to play against the best competition. And hockey's it's a man's sport. It's not for the faint-hearted, and it's fun. And it looks like they haven't lost their touch, which is awesome.
It's fun to see you progress as not only as a hockey player but as a man as well. Holy cow, man! I mean, it's been a while since I've seen you, and following your stats online, you're just having a fantastic year for the University of Nebraska Omaha. Before I talk about the stats, how are things going personally? Are you enjoying your season down there as the captain of the Mavericks?
Yeah, it's been great. It's hard to complain. We have a really nice rink down there. Our coaches treat us real well. Omaha's a really fun city. They all get behind us, and it's fun though. It's always good to come back though and see where you came from, your roots. But it's been great, and Omaha's it's a fun place, and it's good to be back and seeing the guys play.
After you leave your sophomore year of high school, you have a short stint with the Minotauros. You go on to the Fargo Force and have a great career there. You end up at Omaha. Things go pretty well for you. You have some bad luck last year at this time with an off-ice injury that sidelined you for the rest of the year. You come back and named team captain this year. What's that like for you coming back with an vengeance like that and being named team captain and having such a great year so far here in your senior campaign?
Yeah, no, it's been a pretty special thing. Like you said, some bad luck there about a year ago from now, but I told myself I wouldn't let it define me, and just wanted to do everything I could to make sure I return and being named the captain of a very credible and rich program. It made me pretty honored, and I've loved every minute of it. It's been great. We got a really good group down in Omaha, and like I said, our coaches are great, and it's just been awesome. I can't complain one bit.
For you, every time that I look at the stats, I think about the pedigree that you come from with Reggie Morelli and your dad both playing at North Dakota, you playing college hockey the way you are. I just get a smile on my face when I check the U.S. College Hockey Online stats every Saturday morning and Sunday morning to see how you guys did the night before. And every single weekend I have the same response when I see it, and it's, holy cow, the kids just light it up. You're scoring 1.25 points per game, currently 23 in the country on the list of scores the last time I checked. 18 points on the season coming in 16 games. It's fair to say you're lighting it up a little bit.
Well, thanks, Nick. I appreciate that. Yeah, hopefully our first half was a little slow. I would have hoped we won a few more games, but I think in the second half we'll kind of start to pick it up here and get a little better. We got a lot of young guys in our lineup, so I think as they get more comfortable out there, I think we'll only climb and play a little better. But yeah, hopefully everyone starts chipping in and just have a good second half. That'd be huge for us.
Looking at the NCHC standings right now, St. Cloud's at the top of the list, Western Michigan number 2, University of Minnesota Duluth number 3, Denver followed by Miami at 4. North Dakota's Miami's number 5. North Dakota 6. You guys are currently sitting 7. with a 2.5 1-1 record, followed by Colorado College at 8. And the stat that sticks off the paper to me the most, Mason, is that you guys have given up a lot of goals, almost the most in the country, if not the most in the country. Is it a lack of defense or goaltending, or what do you pinpoint the goals against? I know that's kind of a tough question to ask, but on the stat sheet, it's kind of one that draws an eyebrow to raise just a bit.
Yeah, no doubt. Like I said, we're a younger team, and I think as those younger guys get more comfortable, a lot of the younger guys get a lot of ice time, and I think as they get more comfortable, and that's partly on us older guys too. We gotta show them the reins a little bit, maybe a little more responsible in our D zone. But I think as we keep practicing and keep progressing, I think it's only going to go up. We've just really been trying to focus on our D zone more so as of late, and I think as we work on that and get better at that, it's gonna work itself out.
Played with a couple of guys, Olofsson and Ward, yourself. You guys are obviously having some good chemistry. What's it like playing with top-notch players like that? You've kind of done that your whole career with the junior stuff and obviously your summer select stuff, but always great having good line mates like that too, hey?
Yeah, no doubt, Nick. You said it. I can't say enough good things about Freddie and Wardo, and really our whole team. Everyone battles. Every day they work hard, and like you said, even though we're giving up goals, I think everyone's really starting to buy in and do those little things right, which is exciting because I think the second half can be really good for us, and everyone just loves to come to the rink every day, and we got a really good group, and at the end of the day, that's what you need.
Talking about old line mates, the alumni game Saturday afternoon, 5 p.m. at the Mason Arena. Are you going to be there? Will Mason Morelli be in the lineup for the alumni game?
I'll be there. I wouldn't miss it.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun to see you guys get back in action. Over your time, I think of a guy like Quinn Fuchs and you and Fuchsy, the relationship you have. What's it like when you get back together with a guy like that and get to touch the ice with him? Fuchs, again, off playing his own college hockey at Concordia College and having some pretty good success there. Do you guys get a chance to talk much, and you stay in contact with some of these old guys?
Yeah, we do. It's it's always fun to come back home and see your buddies that you grew up playing hockey with, and for me and Quinny, we played on the line every level throughout hockey. So when I get to come home and skate again with him, it's fun. I don't have to do much of the work. He puts the puck on my tape whenever we're on the ice. It's like old days, but. It's hard to beat times when you get to come home and play with your buddies and see those guys.
Well, that's going to be a lot of fun at the alumni game. You probably have to tell Bray Efforts and Darren Medler or whoever's going to be playing goal, they better watch out with you two guys getting back together. What do you expect out of that alumni game? Do you guys let her hang out a little bit there and play pretty hard? I mean, it seems to get kind of competitive from time to time.
I think it does. Guys like to go pretty hard. It always gets competitive with us guys. That's how hockey guys are. You hate to lose, even in alumni games, which is awesome. You go there and it turns into a good skate pretty quick. So that's good though. That's what you want. So it's always fun.
I sure appreciate your time tonight. Fantastic seeing you. Are you all ready for Christmas with the family? Are you excited for that? Looking forward to it?
Yeah, we're getting ready doing some last minute Christmas shopping and whatnot. So yeah, it's just good to be home.
Anything on your Christmas list that you're expecting this year?
I guess I had a pretty short list this year. My mom keeps giving me grief, but no, I was just happy to be home. That's one of the things you always want. So good to be home.
Couple wins hopefully for you guys on December 29th and the 31st against Alaska Anchorage. Wouldn't hurt either for a little holiday gift as well.
Yeah, should be a good series against those guys. They always play tough.
Mason, sure appreciate you, man. Great seeing you, and best of luck the rest of your career down in Omaha. And we appreciate your time. Best of luck in the alumni game Saturday as well.
Thanks a lot, Nicky. Appreciate it.
That's Mason Morelli, former Minot High magician, former Minot Minotauro, Fargo Force, and the captain of the University of Nebraska Omaha NCAA Division I college hockey program. Always great catching up with some of those familiar faces, especially some of the best of all time. Mason Morelli certainly fits in that category. 3-1 at the end of 2 periods played. Third period is next. Minot High trails. Do they have what it takes to come back against the Demons tonight? We'll find out next. This is Minot High Magicians Hockey.
This presentation on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network is brought to you by IMM, Minot's finest collision center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Shields, Buffalo Wild Wings, Vibeto Orthodontics, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Bremer Bank, the Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, United Agronomy, Homesteaders, First Western Bank and Trust, Granite Springs, and First International Bank. Let's go to the ice with the voice of the Magi. Here's Nick Hulberg.
Well, it's time for the third and final frame tonight. first portion of the season comes to a close before the holiday break in the Roseau tournament that the Magi make their way to each and every year. We'll give you that schedule in just a moment, but first, the next 17 minutes. Minot High, Bismarck High. Minot High from the left to the right for the final frame, right to the left for the Demons. Minot High shorthanded for the first 2 minutes of the third period on an interference call that was charged to Hunter Cope at the end of the last set. At center ice, shorthanded. Taking it there is Stenberg trying to move it ahead forward, and Sardelli has it where he dumps it back in behind Sortland. Great hockey game tonight between these two teams. Minot High seeing if they can't kill the remainder of the next 127 off. Sardelli from the line, fired in, and the puck comes back away where Deal tried to clear the zone, couldn't. Sortland makes the save, loose in front of the net, still loose. Opperud's on top of it now. The whistle sounds, and we'll have a face-off coming to Sortland's blocker side here with 16:15 to play in our third period. It's still 3-1 Bismarck High. Well, great catching up with Mason Morelli tonight. One thing about that guy is that he's always been a class act, without a doubt. Very humble. You wouldn't know that he's one of the best to ever play for Minot High by talking to him. Certainly carries himself very well. Here's a drive from Sardelli from the line that was up and off the glass and went down to the corner. And now the puck is handled by the Demons. Back up at the point to get across from Olhauser. Back to Sardelli. Down underneath the goal line where it goes back away for more. Now Petrie's going to walk out. Petrie walks, turns, fires. Oh, no, he put it to the top shelf. They scored. Caleb Petrie walked out of the corner and picked it that was open. Picked the top corner that was open, and the second power play of the night for the Demons results in their second power play goal. And that time it's Caleb Petrie again. Talk about Sardelli being the real deal. Petrie is as well. 15:54 remaining here in the third period. And the Demons strike again. It's 4-1.
Number 7, Caleb Petrie. Assistant number 8, Caleb Moore. Time of the power play goal.
Moore gets an assist on it as well. Another power play goal. They've scored 4 times tonight. 3 of them have been on specialty teams. 2 power plays and a shorthanded tally. Down to the corner, offensive zone for the Demons. Wachter has it. Tries to move it up in front. Comes back away to the near side wing where Plemmel tries to clear it out of the zone. Can't get a handle on it, and it goes back away to the far side for Derwin Hauser. Hauser's trying to clear it from down low. He's got Wachter on top of him. Freed to Hertz. And now Hertz behind the net. Has some room, and he starts the rush up the near side wing. Just pins it off the glass, and it comes all the way down into the offensive zone for the Magi, but it's an icing. 1 minute 58 seconds into the third period. Minot High down 4-1. Magi will have a short break before they head to the Roseau Holiday Tournament. That time they're going to take on Lake of the Woods Baudette on Friday the 28th. First a game on Thursday against Eau Claire, Wisconsin on the 27th, 28th against Lake of the Woods Baudette, and then Saturday the 29th they take on Roseau at noon. Always a fun time of the year with the holiday tournament. Tradition for the Magi that's continued to carry on. Offensive zone. Cope takes it down to the corner. Offensive territory. Demons with control of the puck, and it comes back away on the near side wall to the line where Opperud has it. Sends it in. Tipped by Deal, but he tipped it wide. Back at the line. Bone break hammers it off the glass. Back in behind the cage. Heaving it out to center ice are the Demons. They're going to go for a wholesale change where Bone break comes back to pick it up. Launches this one all the way up to Hunter Cope at the blue line. He mishandled the puck, and now it's going to be taken by Stenberg on the retrieve where Aiden Morelli handles now and pushes it back into the offensive zone here for Tice. Tice walked in, sent it down. Tice was the recipient of a heavy elbow there from Gavin McIntyre. Filling it on the near side wing. Right at the blue line, trying to gain the zone. Comes back to Tice in his own blue line. Stick handling, delivering back to Hertz. Back to Tice, and Tice is at the top of the circle where he moves it back to Hertz near wing. Hertz up to center ice, up to Fillion. Chipped high up off the glass right in front of us there from Witzke. Fillian's got it again at neutral ice, and Fillian's going to cross it into the offensive zone. Makes a fancy move. Fillian hauled up on the play momentarily, and the puck will be taken by Korsmo. Now freed away to Steckler behind the net, and Steckler works it around to the top of the circle near side. Heavy wrist shot there from Hertz, sailed up and over the glove of Ackerman, and back on the retrieve is Tice in his own territory. Here's Tice back delivering over to Hertz. 13:05 to play in a 4-1 third period. The Magi trail. Specialty teams affair tonight for the Bismarck Demons. Dane Sardelli and Caleb Petrie, the masters of that tonight. Here's Petrie looking for the hat trick. Takes it down. Petrie fires it up. That one went off either the shoulder or the crossbar, and up and out of play. And we'll have a face-off coming back on Trey Sortland's blocker side. Well, without a doubt tonight, Trey Sortland has been pretty much superb for the Magi. He's been beat by some good shots in this one. Face off, one back to Sardelli. Now Deeks at the line. Going to need a block. It was Derwin Hauser. Nice play there. The Magi break in 3-on-2. Hauser, far side wall, down low he goes. Blocker side, right side of the radio dial. If you're just joining us tonight, Minot High with the puck in front of the net. Murphy on the one-timer. Drilled by Sardelli, and the puck didn't even get to the net. Comes back to Oprud at center. Oprud then railed by Sullivan. The Magi looking for a call possibly. They're not going to get it. Back at center ice. Puck comes back to Sardelli. Petrie's taunting the Magi bench, so Stenberg going after Petrie, puts a stick in his back, and then Petrie railed from behind on the far wall by Stenberg, and Stenberg did it right in front of the ref, so Stenberg going to the box. While you watch that whole thing unfold, and John Grubb looks to be having a conversation with the referee over at the penalty box here at the Wachter Arena. The benches and the penalty box are all on the same side, just like the VFW. Petrie, I believe it was Petrie and Hauser that got together. Petrie took Hauser's stick and threw it. Then he taunted the Magi bench. Stenberg came off, one of the captains of the Magi, gave him a good old how you do on the back of the ankle. Smacked him on the back again. Petrie then went into the corner, and then Stenberg lit him up. Stenberg charged with a 2-minute call. Still waiting on Dan Durkee to give us that call as the clock continues to run down. It's at 11:47. They're going to have to put 20 seconds back up on the clock. They're still letting it wind down. I'm not sure why the clock operator hasn't stopped the clock yet. They're still letting it wind down. 4-1 the score. We're not in run time yet, fellas. 11:33. Now they stop it. They're going to have to do some clock work here to get the right time back on the clock. 32 seconds is what's going to go back up. Still waiting on the call from Stenberg. Thought that one might have been a boarding or a check from behind, which is an automatic 5-minute major. They don't have that now. Petrie's now off the Bismarck bench and into the penalty box. Larry McFall, if you're listening, this is where we could use you. 12:05 to play in the third. Now we'll get it. Here's Dan Durkee.
2 minutes for high stick. And for Minot, number 22, Kyler Stenberg. 2 minutes for roughing, time for penalties.
Well, we'll stay at 5-on-5. Stenberg gets a roughing call and a high stick for Petrie. So we'll keep them even. 5-on-5 with 12:05 to play here in the third. 4-1 Bismarck High with the lead. This has been a fun hockey game here tonight. A good contest. 4-1, the Demons have the lead. Score isn't exactly fair of how close the game has been. Shots were at about 25-23. That was the saves, 24-23 at the end of 2. Puck handled by the Demons down low. They try to work it up from behind the net. It's handled here by Oprud. He just takes it and fires it off the glass, and all the way down it comes. Icing the call on the Magi. Face-off will be on Trey Sortland's blocker side. Well, there's no doubt about it that Sardelli and Caleb Petrie are special players, and we talked to Mike Peluso about it in the pregame tonight. When they get Joey Heinert back in the lineup, the Demons are going to be a force to be reckoned with. Joey Heinert last year, one of the better players for the Demons. How good? Well, he finished second in scoring. He had 26 points as a sophomore. He's been out the entire season with an injury, and when he comes back, the Demons are going to be even better. Scary thought for everybody else here in the West. Century Patriots, Bismarck Demons, they have an affair coming up. Short time at the VFW Sports Center. That will be fun to see the result of that one as well. Riley Oprud back in his own end behind the goal line, taken here by Bonebreak. And if you don't know why, it's because Century's also undefeated. Mason Deal flips it up off the glass, and it rolls all the way out and down into the offensive zone. Demons with Sullivan back at center ice, pushing ahead forward and into the offensive zone. It's carried ahead here by Furman. And Chase Furman was intercepted by Fillion, and Fillion's trying to clear the zone now with the help of Hunter Cope. Sweeps it up to the line, but it's held in. Shot from the line came down, hit traffic. Operud's got it. He tries to work it out to center. It's hemmed in there by Caleb Moore. Now it's Fillion out to center. Pitchfork to head, but it's handled by the Demons and Wachter at neutral. Furman delivers across. Furman was crushed by Ben Bonebreak on the near side wall, and welcome to the varsity game. Bonebreak lays another hit on the far side wing, and the puck is sent around to the near side boards. D-zone for the Magi. 10-12 to play here in the third. Demons held it in. Bonebreak trying to clear it now with the help of Operud. He's got Hillman on the near wing, and out to center. Hillman delivers here to Morelli. Aiden Morelli, offensive zone, dropped it back to Fillion, center slot. Looking now as Morelli sits it across over to Matt Marcus. And Marcus trying to work it back to the point. He had a miscue there, and it comes all the way down the length of the ice where Sortland leaves it back in behind the net for Thongfen. Thongfen over to Morelli. Morelli trying to clear it now as he shuffles it out to center. Got it up to Feld, and Feld moves it ahead into the offensive zone, but the Demons have control of it here with Steckler. Back at the point for Marcus, holding on to it. We've got a tripping call here, and I didn't see it. Power play's coming out for somebody. Who is it? Hopefully not the Demons if you're a Minot High fan, because they've gone 2 for 2 tonight on the power play. And it is Mike Peluso's club that gets the man advantage. Third power play of the night for Bismarck High as Casey Feld goes into the box on a 2-minute tripping call. Well, the Demons could just about put this one on a reach right now, if it already isn't, here in a 4-1 affair with 9:26 remaining. Power plays out for Bismarck High, and they handle down low. Puck taken here by the Magi, trying to clear it. They do get it to escape the zone, but it comes down to Dane Sardelli, and Sardelli moves it off the boards into the offensive zone. Hertz takes it and fires it right back out. Sardelli gloved it, came back into the offensive zone, so the Demons had to wait to touch up onside. That freed the opportunity for the Magi, and Hertz to launch at 200 feet all the way down. Stemberg from the offensive zone sent it to Hertz, tried to move it back to him. Hertz couldn't handle it. Delay call coming on Tatum Hertz. And now this isn't good for the Magi. A 5-on-3 coming on either a trip or an interference on Tatum Hertz with 8:52 to play here in the third. Well, it was neither. It's a holding call. Into the box goes Hertz. So the Demon power play gets to work with 2 extra men. 8:52 to play here in the third period. 4-1. Bismarck High has the advantage. And a 5-on-3 power play for the next minute 20. Well, we talked about the Demons coming into tonight. They've outshot their opponents big time in the 6 wins in the 6 games they've played this year. 114 shots to 53 to be exact. Another one went just wide of the net from Sardelli as he hammered it towards the cage. Taken here by Morellian with a backhand. He'll launch it all the way down. Nice play from Aiden Morelli to get it down to the corner where Ackerman was out to play it. Leaves it there for Sardelli, and here comes Dane Sardelli back to center. Sardelli walks over the red line, moves it in, comes to Oprud, and Oprud with a backhand launches it all the way down. 1 man aggressive on the kill. That's Stemberg. Almost took it from Ackerman there as the puck is handled by the Demons. And now Petrie with 2 goals tonight's in over the line. Petrie walks in, fires, save. Stoning him is Sortland, and he hangs tight to it. That brought the Magi fans to volume as Trey Sortland went down into the butterfly. He hung tight to it. Those white CCM leg pads have another mark on them. The white and red Bryant's catching mitts as well. One of the three Magi goaltenders that wears a white mask. They all wear white gold masks, but Sortland doesn't have the M's on the ears like the other two, Love and Odie Nelson. 24 seconds of the 5-on-3. Dayton Deeks from the line sends it in. Off the end wall, the carom came right into the catching mitt. A nice stop there from Sortland as he pinned it back underneath the goal line and hangs tight to it. 7:52 to play here in the third period. Bismarck High with a 3-goal lead. It's 4-1. In on the draw for the Demons, tying it up. Magi's Nick Murphy won it, and it's fired out to center ice. The Demons are back on the retrieve now at neutral with Dayton Deeks, who handles here. Deeks is up with it now to Alex Krug. Magi are going to go back to man down here with a drive coming in, and we're going to have a penalty called. It's an interference, and who's this going to be on? Looks like 21 white, Braxton Neese. So the Magi will be successful on the Bismarck power play, their third of the night after they were cooking at 100%, 2 for 2. We'll now skate 4-on-3 for 3 seconds, and then we'll go 4-on-4. After that, Minot High will go on the power play for over a minute. Call was on 21 white, interference, Braxton Neese. Here's Dan Durkee.
2 minutes for interference.
That were 4-on-4 as Felds out of the box. Deal comes on the ice for the 4-on-4 situation as it's dumped down into the corner by the Demons. In behind Sortland, he's stuck in his side, and now it's Ben Bonebrake out to center with Hunter Cope delivering down to Deal. Deal's got the game's only goal for the Maroon tonight. Fires it in. That one wide on Ackerman's glove side. It's underneath the goal line where the puck lays as Dane Sardelli goes to work on it here out to center ice. Thongfed has it, and Thongfed delivers back to Bonebrake. Now Thongfed again, near side wing in his own D zone. Fired up to center for Deal, and Petrie's back in with it. 2-on-3 with Sardelli. Petrie out angle shot. That one hit the knob of the stick of Sortland. A minute 17 of power play time now for the Magi as they go back to the man advantage on the call to Braxton Neese. Puck delivered ahead. Sullivan's back to retrieve for the Demons, and he'll launch it all the way down on the blocker's side of Sortland. 58 seconds of power play time remaining. Minot High gets one here, and things could get interesting with under 7 to play in the third period. Morelli pinned up just a bit as he walked into the zone. Demons fire it into the bench. Dayton Deeks sent it out of play, so a face-off coming back to the neutral ice zone. Right in front of Mike Peluso's bench. Minot High brought the cheerleaders tonight. 7 Minot High cheerleaders compared to Bismarck High's 2. They're cheering loud right now, however. 6:10 to play here in the third period. They've got plenty to cheer about. Their home team's up 4-1. Taken by the goaltender, Sortland. He worked it around to the far side wing. This Wachter Arena was home to the first matchup for the Magi and Demons outside of the VFW Sports Center and the Schaumburg Arena, which is right next door here. This brand new rink. Just a beautiful place to watch a high school hockey game. The lighting in here is fantastic. The acoustics are great. Line of view is great. Really have something to be proud of down here in the capital city with 4 sheets of ice now. Back at the point. It's taken by Oprud. Fired ahead forward and look out of the box. Comes up to Sortland all the way to the length of the ice. He was out to play at the Minot High goaltender to move it back ahead. Deeks carries into the offensive zone as he sends this one down, and on the retrieve is Neese. In the corner, glove side of the Magi net keeper. Fillion's down there working on it. Morelli takes it with an 9-iron, flips it up to the blue line again. It's swept out to center ice, and on the retrieve for the Demons is Caleb Moore. Back into the Minot High end behind the goaltender, Sortland. Back to retrieve is Operud. 5-minute warning here in the third period. It's 4-1 Bismarck High as Operud tries to clear it out. Back at center ice, puck is launched back ahead. Comes out of the tape here for Operud, out to center ice for Hillman. Hillman tries to bump it off the wall, and it comes back for the Demons. Look out, that one laser beamed across the neutral ice zone. was actually the center slot, I should say, of the Demon defensive zone and hit a beam up 10 feet up on the wall, and the puck was out of play, so we'll face it off back in front of us here at neutral ice on the face-off dot outside the blue line. If Andy Carton's listening tonight, Mike Schmidt should ask Thor tonight the question. I was watching some old hockey highlights. I read Bob Probert's book. It's called Tough Guy. I highly recommend it. It would be great as a Christmas gift for any hockey person. Probert's book was fantastic, but I did some research watching some highlights of old Proby, one of the toughest enforcers in National Hockey League history. I saw some times where they were facing the puck off away from the face-off dots, different areas of the ice. I thought that was pretty abnormal. I was wondering if that rule had changed or if there's ever a special circumstance where a face-off would happen anywhere else besides a face-off dot. I wonder if one of my refereeing friends would know that answer. 3:53 to play here in the third period, 4-1. Sure they would. Back underneath the net, back up to the point. Magi offensive zone. Marcus holds it in there for the Magi. Now Plemmel got it away to Hauser. Hauser center slot, hounded by a handful of Demons there, and the puck's picked up here by Wachter for Bismarck High, and he'll carry it back in him on high territory. From right to the left, he dumps it down in behind Sortland. We're down to 3:25 to play here in the third period. The Magi trailing this one 4-1. Icing waved off as Hurt sent that one all the way down. It touched traffic, and now the Demons have it back behind their own net. Wachter fires out to center on the retrieve as Tice delivered to Thongfett. Comes back over at neutral ice where the Demons have control. And this is Paul Witzke back in his own territory, make it 15 Steckler instead. He now goes to Witzke, back to Steckler. Either way, they confuse me, and the defensive pairing for the Demons gains the zone, and they dump it down behind Sortland. Under 3 to play in the third. Bismarck High is going to improve to 7-0 if they can hang on to the win here tonight. This one doesn't count for region points. Keep in mind, Witzke from the line sent it in. Knocked down nicely there by the Demons. Hunter, by the Magi's. Hunter Colt, that is. Comes back away to Steckler. Nick Murphy at center ice controls for the Magi. He's hounded there. Has to wait to touch up on sides. Gets it to Stenberg and dumps it in. Ackerman's out of the net to play it. Left it aside for Paul Witzke. Demons are trying to clear. The Magi are pressuring at the top of the circle. Big hit there from Nick Murphy. He gets into 5 Korsmo. Korsmo got him back. A drive comes in, and the stop is made from Sortland. He'll hang tight to it as Nick Mortensen chucked that one towards the net. 2 minutes, 12 seconds to play here in the third period. Once again, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. If you have nothing else going on Saturday afternoon at 5 p.m., head on over to the Mesa Arena to watch the Minot High alumni game. There will be some studs on the ice in that one. It's one thing about Minot High Magicians hockey and the Minot Hockey Boosters program. They know how to develop players. Mason Morelli talking to us here today. You should see him. He's a man these days, without a doubt. Behind the Bismarck High net, Minot High moves it in front from Deal, trying to move it up. Held in by Oprud. Nice play there. Oprud, wrist shot, drives it in the glove of Deeks. It went to the center slot. The D-man for the Demons had it still in the glove. He's going to work it out of now. Maybe the elbow pad. Will have a face-off coming on the glove side. Well, when you talk about Bray Efforts, the former Magician goaltender who currently has the best numbers in the entire country for the ACHA, the former Magi net keeper has played in 10 games. He's 9-0-1 with a 1.17 goals against average and a 9.46 save percentage. Mercy. Those are like street hockey numbers. Sophomore net keeper for Minot State has the Beavers ranked number 11 in the country right now. They're on Christmas break until after the new year. A minute 15 to play in the hockey game. The Demons are up 4-1. They dump it all the way down the length of the ice. This will be an icing, and the faceoff will come back on Ackerman's blocker side. Anyway, that alumni game, when you got goaltenders like Bray Efforts and former Mr. Hockey Darren Medler there. Not sure if I, the Tiger, Donnie Rosted from the 97-98 club will be on the ice or not, but nevertheless, there's some guys that can stop the puck, and there's some guys that can certainly score it as well. A lot of times you see guys like Quinn Fuchs and Morelli, Morgan Martell, Matt Flom will be playing all sorts of them.
1 minute to play in the period. 1 minute.
Sardelli fires it in as the 1 minute call comes ahead. Trying to clear the zone was Fillion. Sardelli gloves it, knocks it down. Center slot back at the point. Here's a slap shot that came in, knocked down off of Olheiser's attempt off the shin pads of Hertz, I do believe. We're down to 40 seconds to play here in the third period. Puck comes out in front of the net, top of the circle. Demons have it. A drive comes in, loose in front of the net. Shot, save, rebound. Oh, it's at the goal line, and Sortland commits robbery. Somebody called the cops. That puck was looking at a yawning goalmouth. Sortland was on his breezers, and somehow he gloved it. Half a minute to play in the hockey game. It's 4-1. It should have been 5-1, but Trey Sortland says, not on my watch. Stick around for Abundant's Finest Collision Center stars of the game tonight. We'll have those for you in the Pro Style Production DJ Services postgame show that comes up in 24 more seconds. Magi trying to buckle down to the knee zone. Sortland forced to make another save. Hit behind the net from Hauser. Puck is freed here by Thongfett. Chipped up off the glass. Out to center ice, and the Magi working ahead forward. Count them down, kids. Final 10 of the hockey game. 8, 7, 6, 5. The Demons are going to have one more chance as they bring it in. Here's a drive for Moore into the glove of Trey Sortland with 0.7 seconds remaining on the clock. Jason Bennett, the co-head coach of the Magi, says just let the clock run out. Let's end this thing. As the fans that are in the venue tonight start to make their way for the door, we'll have our post-game show in just a few moments. Hopefully hear from Jordan Willert, the assistant coach for the Magi. And at the end of this one tonight, it's the Demons that remain perfect on the season. They win 4-1. Let's go to the Pro Style Production post-game show. This is Minot High Magicians Hockey.
This presentation on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network is brought to you by IMM, Minot's Finest Collision Center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Shields, Buffalo Wild Wings, Vibeto Orthodontics, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Bremer Bank, the Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, United Agronomy, Homesteaders, First Western Bank and Trust, Granite Springs, and First International Bank.
Throughout the areas we serve, First International Bank and Trust employees are actively involved in helping our customers and communities grow. This is Kevin Vigestad from First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Whether it's coaching a Little League team, leading through involvement with nonprofit organizations, or a proud Beaver booster, know that all of us at First International Bank and Trust are committed to giving back to the places where we live and work.
Hi, my name is Marshall Knopp. I'm the manager of the UPS store here in Minot. It's time to make sure your holiday gifts arrive on time and unbroken. It's why at the UPS store we offer our pack and ship guarantee. We can pack, ship, insure your item, and get it there on time. 100% guaranteed. If anything were to happen, you're covered, and so is your package. So ship away for the holiday. For the finest in packing and shipping, the UPS store. We're at 1940 South Broadway or online at theupsstore.com.
ProStyleProduction.com.
Planet Pizza. Systems go for lunch. Frequent supper times up front. T-minus now. It's time for Planet Pizza. With lots of space for fun. There's room for everyone. From me and Maria to Planet Pizza. Space for
Hello, I'm Steve Funningsland, consumer lender at First Western Bank and Trust and sports enthusiast. Employees at First Western know the importance of teamwork in their day-to-day banking duties to best serve the community. I know the Minot and surrounding area high school and college athletic teams know the importance of teamwork as well. We want to wish all local teams good luck in their athletic endeavors this year. Stay safe on the courts, on the fields, on the rinks, and in the gyms. We look forward to watching you succeed. With familiar faces you know who know you by name, First Western Bank and Trust, you can bank on us, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
This presentation on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network is brought to you by IMM, Minot's Finest Collision Center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Shields, Buffalo Wild Wings, Vibeto Orthodontics, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Bremer Bank, the Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, United Agronomy, Homesteaders, First Western Bank and Trust, Granite Springs, and First International Bank.
My name is Marshall Knott. I'm the manager of the UPS store here in Minot. It's time to make sure your holiday gifts arrive on time and unbroken. It's why at the UPS store we offer our pack and ship guarantee. We can pack, ship, insure your item, and get it there on time. 100% guaranteed. If anything were to happen, you're covered, and so is your package. So ship away for the holiday. For the finest in packing and shipping, the UPS store. We're at 1940 South Broadway or online at theupsstore.com.
ProStyle Production. It's time for the ProStyle Production DJ Services postgame show. Make your event ProStyle with the ProStyle Production DJ Services team. Visit ProStyleProduction.com and make your event ProStyle. Now, the ProStyle Production postgame show. Here's Nick Hulberg.
Well, Minot High comes into the Wachter Arena tonight with high expectations after a win over Jamestown last Saturday, and the Magicians end up falling tonight by a final score of 4-1. The Demons improved to 7-0 overall. The Magi fall to 3-4 overall here in the 2018 campaign, but a great hockey game tonight inside the Wachter Arena in Bismarck, North Dakota. The Demons show that they are for real again. And how about Caleb Petrie and Dane Sardelli? Those guys fantastic again tonight for the Demons. They lead the way to put Bismarck High in the driver's seat in this one right from the start. Minot High fell behind early in the contest, 7:32 remaining in the first period. It was Braxton Neese scoring his third goal of the year. He was assisted on that play by Dayton Deeks. Also assisting on the goal was 26. That's Sullivan. That was a power play tally, their first of the night, and it was 1-0 at the end of one in favor of Bismarck High. Minot High was outshot in the first, 16-4. Trey Sortland made 15 stops on 16 shots. It was Quinn Ackerman that made 4 of 4 saves in the first period. Second period, the roles were reversed. The Magi peppered Ackerman. They put 20 shots his way. He stopped 19 of them. 11 shots were fired towards Sortland. He stopped 9 of them. Minot High scored 42 seconds into the second period. The goal was scored by the Magicians. One of their senior captains, Mason Deal, picking up his second goal of the year. An odd-angle shot from below the bottom of the circle found its way to the back of the net. And Minot High was up at that point in morale for sure, but the game was tied 1-1. They certainly started buzzing after that. You see that by the 20 shots they put towards Ackerman compared to the 11 they gave up in the period. In the second, though, it was Bismarck that got on the board again, and this time the goal was scored by Grayson Farnsworth, his third of the year. Assisting on the goal was Nick Mortensen and also Dayton Deeks. Deeks gets another assist in the hockey game, man. He's good on the back end for them. He was good again tonight, 2 assists for him. This was an even strength goal, and at 4:37 left in the second period is when the Demons struck. And then with a minute 12 remaining, they were shorthanded was Bismarck High, and they got a goal. This time it was Dane Sardelli that set up Caleb Petrie for his 7th goal of the year, and that was a pretty one. Shorthanded, Sardelli set it in front, and Petrie capitalized on the opportunity, beat Sortland on the short side, that is, off the bar and in, off the post and in, I should say. It was low side on the blocker side of the body for Sortland that Petrie found the back of the net. The Demons weren't done. They scored a minute 52 into the third period, and it was Petrie on the power play, assisted this time by Caleb Moore. Big night for Petrie, goals 7 and 8 on the season. Sardelli gets 1 assist. Deeks has a pair of assists tonight. Farnsworth gets his third of the year. Mason Deal gets his second of the year for the Magi. Braxton East gets his third of the year for the Demons. Final shots on goal. Minot High's Trey Sortland saw 38 shots tonight. He stopped 34 of them. On the other side, Quinn Ackerman saw 26 shots on goal. He stopped 25 of them. Minot High went 0 for 5 on the power play tonight. The Demons were 2 for 4. 4-1 is the final tonight as we put a cap on the first 7 games of the year for the Magi as they head on to Christmas break now and get geared up for the Roseau tournament coming up just at the end of 2018, where they'll take on Lake of the Woods, Baudette, Eau Claire, Wisconsin, and also Roseau again at the end of the month here as they get geared up for the 2019 season and how that will start. Again, those games Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, the 27th, 28th, and 29th. We will not have radio coverage. Once again, we will not have radio coverage of those matchups at the holiday tournament. We apologize. We'll be taking some family time to hang out. Got a little 4-year-old girl that's going to be having Christmas with us at that time here this year, so we will not have radio coverage of those matchups. We will be back in action when the Magicians return to regular season play after that at the start of the new year. Visit ProStyleProduction.com, and also you can visit our Facebook page, ProStyleProduction.com. Make sure to give us a like there to keep up to date with any time the Magi are live on the air on 1390 or on ProStyleProduction.com. Waiting to see if Jordan Willert will join us tonight. We'll have our 3 stars of the game in just a moment, brought to you by Minot's Finest Collision Center. First, we'll hear from some of the sponsors and pay the bills. Minot High falls 4-1 tonight. This is the Pro Style Production DJ Services postgame show. 3 stars and possibly the coach's comments next. 4-1 Demons win. This is Magi Hockey.
Hi, my name is Marshall Knop. I'm the manager of the UPS store here in Minot. It's time to make sure your holiday gifts arrive on time and unbroken. It's why at the UPS store we offer our pack and ship guarantee. We can pack, ship, insure your item, and get it there on time. 100% guaranteed. If anything were to happen, you're covered, and so is your package. So ship away for the holiday. For the finest in packing and shipping, the UPS store. We're at 1940 South Broadway or online at theupsstore.com.
ProStyleProduction.com.
Throughout the areas we serve, First International Bank and Trust employees are actively involved in helping our customers and communities grow. This is Kevin Vigestad from First International Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Whether it's coaching a Little League team, leading through involvement with nonprofit organizations, or a proud Beaver booster, know that all of us at First International Bank and Trust are committed to giving back to the places where we live and work.
This presentation on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network is brought to you by IMM, Minot's Finest Collision Center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Shields, Buffalo Wild Wings, Vibeto Orthodontics, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Bremer Bank, the Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, United Agronomy, Homesteaders, First Western Bank and Trust, Granite Springs, and First International Bank.
Pro Style Production DJ Services postgame show tonight for this non-conference West Region affair. The standings will change as the Demons go to 7-0 now. The Magicians will move to 3-4 overall on the year, but these were not points inside of the West Region tonight. Demons get the win tonight. It's time for our Minot's Finest Collision Center Stars of the Game. Minot's Finest Collision Center ensures proper procedures are followed to maintain your vehicle safety. We're more than Minot's Finest. We're more than an auto collision repair shop. We are Minot's Finest.
It's time for the Minot's Finest Collision Center Stars of the Game. Minot's Finest Collision Center. We are Minot's Finest.
Time for our 3 stars tonight. If you're a Demon fan, you're going to like this. If you're a Magi fan, you might not. Give credit where credit's due tonight. Our number 3 star of the game for me was Trey Sortland, the Minot High goaltender. 34 stops tonight. The 38 that he saw, I thought that Sortland was good from the start tonight. He absolutely robbed Dane Sardelli early in the contest. BHS was shorthanded, and Sardelli came down, and Sortland stoned him with the left pad. That was a turning point just 3 minutes into the contest, and he was good from that point on. Fun to see him play tonight and play well against a very hungry and very good Bismarck Demons hockey club. He will be my number 3 star of the game tonight with 34 stops. Second star of the game tonight, Nathan Deeks with 2 assists in the hockey game. fantastic on the back end tonight for the Bismarck High Demons. I think he's definitely deserving of that honor with 2 assists in tonight's hockey game. And the number 1 star in the game for me tonight, Caleb Petrie, the captain of the Demons, number 7, 2 goals tonight. And he was all over the ice tonight for the Demons. Picked up goals 7 and 8 on the year for him. Points number 13 and 14 on the season. Parademons and the goaltender from Minot High are my 3 stars of the game tonight, brought to you by Minot's Finest Collision Center. At Minot's Finest Collision Center, we ensure proper procedures are followed to repair your vehicle, so safety features are maintained to keep you and your family safe. We are more than an auto body repair shop. We are Minot's Finest, 701-839-0989. Huge thanks tonight to Mike Peluso for his time before the hockey game and the conversation that we have that we always do enjoy. Special thanks to Coach John Grubb for stopping by and Coach's Corner in the pregame here tonight. And, of course, Mason Morelli for his time. Always great seeing some of those former Minot High players that have moved on to another level. And certainly Morelli is a guy that I don't know if his career is going to be done after college hockey, putting up points like that, 1.25 points per game on a hockey team that is currently sitting 7th inside of the division of the NCHC. Morelli might be a guy that you'll be talking about as a pro one day. That would be fantastic, wouldn't it? Either way, we appreciate his time. Happy holidays to everybody that joins us here tonight on 1390 KRRZ and, of course, at ProStyleProduction.com. We hope you have a very Merry Christmas. Hope your New Year's is good as well. Visit the Facebook page, ProStyle Production, Facebook page at ProStyleProduction.com for broadcast information on the next Magi broadcast. We'll be happy to bring it to you. Nick Hulberg signing off from Bismarck here tonight in the final time of 2019. Magi fall tonight to the Demons 4-1. They remain perfect on the year at 7-0. Minot High falls to a 3-4 record at the end of the first 7 games of the 2018 campaign. We'll be ready for 2019. Thanks again for joining us tonight. Nick Hulberg signing off from the capital city. Demons win 4-1. This has been a presentation of Pro Style Production. Good night and God bless.
This presentation on the Pro Style Production Broadcast Network is brought to you by IMM, Minot's Finest Collision Center, Premier Chiropractic, Ralph's Plumbing and Heating, Qdoba Mexican Grill, Shields, Buffalo Wild Wings, Vibeto Orthodontics, Duffy's Hockey and Sports, Bremer Bank, the Minot Hockey Boosters, the UPS Store, Planet Pizza, United Agronomy, Homesteaders, First Western Bank and Trust, Granite Springs, and First International Bank.